has not.
Go
Oh,
on. Let's have a
sorry.
recap.
Hopefully it gets better now.
Mhm.
Recap begins right now. The crew heads home. Meanwhile, ... back at the surgeons. We speak to, we are told to speak to Miriam or Captain Popopoulos of the Scouts. The captain has been ignoring his duties for the last few days. There is no law in the settlement. We find Miriam in the housing district settling the urchins. Um, settling the refugees. Is that what we called them?
Mm-hmm.
I think so. They're settling the refugees. Um, all the urchins are gone. Terry and Mippen were the first to disappear. They were very little ones working for the surgeon specifically. Those two disappeared from their beds without taking any of their gear. There was unrest. A week later, 6 left with supplies. A party went out after that with Fram and Sodo. When they returned, they were agitated and then took off with the rest of them. Fram and Sodo were scared and angry. That's all Miriam can tell us. So we head off to Popopoulos in the bar. He is drunk. They tracked the 6 that left into the forest and found a makeshift camp. 3 mutilated bodies were found. He says, oh yeah, there was some confusion where the DM got it a little bit wrong, but don't worry. They tracked them and then were attacked by 2 humanoids, mutated urchins. They followed tracks to H2 and G3. So H2 is the bog and G3 is the area where the predators hunt, and there are old ruined buildings. They saw a dark-clad figure petting some Rexu and attaching them with something. When they approached, he scattered with the Rexu into the forests. Banner says we should do a flyover, but we won't see anything through the canopy. The mutations are what upset Sodo and Fram. The first 2 who were working for the surgeon were acting a bit strange before they disappeared. Kira gets a laser fence and some motion sensors to help us camp and maps out the area with Popopoulos. I left out the most important part. Banners and Click-Clack make an awesome vehicle. Why did I not write that down? Apologies. Spanners and Click-Clack make an awesome swamp vehicle, which they later named the Mozzie. We travel for a day and make camp. Spanners and Click-Clack take the first watch. Spanners calls the vehicle the Mozzie. I recorded that part. Standard forest sounds until sudden silence. Then the noises come back like a wave from left to right. It happens again. There are cats around, and Kira spots them. Popopoulos throws meat for them, and they leave. Kira finishes her watch. Popopoulos takes over, and we wake up in the morning. Kira finds Nexu tracks. That's right. I've got to start calling them by their proper name, which is Nexu and not Rexu. I'll get there. We head out to G3, which is the high-rise buildings in the ruins where the predators hunt. Spanners is scanning for power signatures and finds a source in the complex. There are many unknown low yellow signatures that Spanners has never seen. The blue one is a generator. Spanners checks out the yellow source. They are small ancient batteries. We head into the complex. It is overrun by plants, reclaimed, and only animal tracks in the dust. We make a noise and alert Nexu. The populace lures it away bravely. We hurry on down and find some double doors that seem new and out of place. There is a control panel. Spanners hacks the door open There is a weird cry. There is a lab. Oh, this is fucking terrible. Anyway, there is a horror scene. Beds full of mutated urchins, teeth, legs, arms, spanners, scans, the corpses, 8 bodies in 8 beds, all cut open. We head right towards the wailing. It is a kennel, lots of cages in there. There is a girl who has lizard mutations. Click fires 4 stun shots into the girl to knock her out. A weird, deformative transdotion. We suspect this is the surgeon and start looking for cameras and markers. I think that's like clues. I don't know. We go into the left room. It is a lab. Lynn finds some tranquilizers while Spanners goes for the camera controls on the computer. The surgeon clearly is operating on children. We find the lab notes, sunken and recordings of a sunken and dark-eyed surgeon saying, "One more test. Then I will take it to the galaxy. Time for a new power, and I will lead it." Cue surgeon's voice, which I didn't do. One of the video logs shows him operating on Whisper, who was carried in against his will, left walking out. Banners copies the data. We take a look on in the last room. It's a stasis chamber with 10 more urchins, some changed, some not. We put the caged girl in stasis. Pip says, Papopolis says he will come to find us on comms. And lets on he has others with him. He is dodgy AF. Banners sets a mine at the lab door and rigs it up to a laser trip mine. The doors open and Pip shoots the mine. "Was that meant for me?" he says. Lynn says, "Come get us." He says, "Tuck, Lupo, get them." End of scene. I should have written end of scene.
That was very informative. Anyone felt that it was missed?
There was tons missed, I'm damn sure of it.
Yeah, there was a load in the middle there that I wasn't sure how to action along to.
Just interrupt me.
I don't think he saw us doing it.
No, he was too busy reading from the book. We were miming out stuff that you were doing.
I think the only thing that was missed there is the downloading of the data. Someone downloaded.
No, he got that. He got the click-clack downloaded it.
Yeah.
So it's quite the comprehensive note taker.
It's very good.
Sometimes.
Tuck, Lupo.
Hang on, sorry, someone saw it.
Banners have been removed? That seems quite drastic.
His wounds were too high. I think I respect him when I made him on the application rather than the spreadsheet. And when I respect him, he had fewer wounds. And I was cheating because I still had the previous one. So I spotted that and I fixed it.
1 million years dungeon.
You get shot first. Right. Tuck, Lupo, get in there and get him. And you see a kind of hulking shadow in the light coming towards the door. As he comes into view for the people that are in the... Because I remember you took positions, didn't you, in the last episode. As people are in that main room, you see a hulking figure coming in, carrying a door in front of him and just peeking around the side. As he's walking through, he's an absolutely monstrous figure. They're just as big as Spanners is, and he's literally carrying a door looking around the side. Can
I just retcon one thing? Those of you who are in the first room with Lynn, I think there's at least one other person who's in that first room where the bodies were. Lynn was hiding behind one of the...
You were under the bed, under the sheet.
Yeah.
And Spanners was watching from the corner. Not from the corner, he was in the
doorway.
That's it, yeah.
Okay, well, you could probably hear Lynn whispering, like once Lupo, he said, "Get them." You could hear Lynn just saying softly to herself, "Thaddeus, we're in shit." and then continuing.
I don't see no one.
I just want to go back to Nick's comment from the end of last time, how we got all indignant about the surgeon, and he's the only one who can fight. We get all pissy, and he has to save us. Amazing. Go for it, Click-Clack. Your thing.
So, Tuck, here's the big one, comes walking in. I don't see anybody. It's just mess. There the mine exploded in there, so there would have been a bit of debris, a bit of dust and smoke. Lupo, can you read that? Lupo, come in. And you see this tiny little shadow sort of scamper really quickly behind Tuck, and then just this little head poke out from the side and go, I don't see no one. Here, Pip, is the big one here? And you hear from the doorway, nah, it's just the weak ones. Huh.
I resent that comment.
Come out nicely, and we won't have to hurt anybody. He's still got the door. Like, hold of the door before you get round it. Is that gesturing walking out into the main room?
No, he's downloading data.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, who we got in here? There's the Spanners, Kira, Lynn, and Click-Clack. Okay. Tic-Tac, come out. No, that was wrong, wasn't it? Yeah, I got it wrong. Sorry about that, Lupo. Make us look awful. Right, up front the door. Right, come out. And you see this big hulking figure starts to pull out some binders. Come out nicely, and you won't get hurt.
Just like he slides out. I'm assuming you sat on a wheelie chair, like I'm currently sat on, and you just see him like slide back. And I keep going up to the camera, and just like, you know, in the office scene where he just like leans out of the doorway on his chair and goes, "Do you mind? I'd go away if I was you." And it just goes back to downloading the rest of that data.
Tuku's not very smart, looks down at Lupo, and then you see them both look back at the door. The Pip goes, No, go get them. Right. And he comes and he starts to walk in. Lupo's kind of hanging by his leg, like just behind his leg. And he's kind of using him as a meat shield. He goes, right, where are you? Step out.
Fucking backgrounds. He raises his very, very large gun and steps out and goes, I said, go away.
Spanners will step out and extend his fan blades. Not say anything, but stand next to Click-Clack with his fan blades extended.
I said, go away. Is the correct voice, sorry.
Kira, are you doing anything?
Kira's contemplating pressing the button, but hasn't done so yet.
Yeah, you're in the back room, aren't you? So Spanner steps out and goes ching with these saws, and Click-Clack comes out with his large barrel rifle, and Lynn's hidden, so it's fine.
You do not need to escalate this situation, but if you annoy me right now, I will take your life. Be gone.
You see Tuck sort of stretch his arms out, big arms, and slides down some goggles over his eyes. Lynn, I'm going to give you a surprise round if you want to act before we go into initiative.
I was hoping that I could shoot Lupo. Sure. You know, like just wait until they were in the room, and then I could get like a back angle flank.
Sure. And
then just fire at Lupo.
I'll say that you've kind of just walked past. They've kind of walked past you ever so slightly, but Lupo's in clear view. He's using Tuck as a meat shield, like, very clearly.
I don't have my character sheet with me, so please excuse me for 1 second while I hobble down the stairs.
While he does that, can you remind me of the options of who I have to revive?
In the tubes.
hmm
I don't think we went through them too much, did we?
I thought
Oh.
you read them out. Didn't you read them out? Because you said like so and so has this thing. Like you went through the data thing.
No, I said there was one that looks like a baby rancor, like a rancor one, and they were
One
just
that looked like a boy, or like just a normal thing.
yeah.
And then we watched the video, and they didn't look like that. I
They
remember
they
that much.
changed, yes. I know you put me on the spot. I completely forgot about it. To be honest with you.
There was one that was more Transdotion, one that was more Rancor. It was basically all the biological samples we'd collected, hasn't it? So there was one that was what was the other one? Rancor, Transdotion, and Nexu.
So say there's four. Then there's one looks like a Nexu, one looks like a Rancor, one that looks like a Translation, the other one looks like a boy because that was the one that had the change.
And what happened? What did we actually do with the girl in the cage at the end?
Stunned her.
She's another tube. They did put her
I
in
guess
a.
yeah. I guess she's in a different room to me. Then that's fine.
Well, shit.
No, I haven't pressed the button yet, Ross.
No, I'm just looking at Lynn's ability to fire at people with any type of weapon, really. Okay, I've got my skill.
The great thing about this system is that everyone can do it to a reasonable degree. Actually, combat is quite forgiving in terms of the dice.
How many purples, Stan?
They're
Is
in
it two,
short
four?
range too. So one.
One. Amazing. Do I get a blue for firing from stealthy
Of course
positions?
you can.
Yes.
I'm gonna
And if you
give
take a maneuver
blues.
to aim,
Yeah, to give an aim. And have a blue for being sneaky.
Oh, that's even better. Thank you. 3, 2, 1, fire.
Pew pew pew.
That's not too bad.
Are you stunning or shooting normally?
No, I'm going for the death blow, man. I don't give zero fucks about this son of a bitch. I need to find my gun.
I'm very
Got
sorry.
it.
Could you? That was 2 threats, wasn't it, on that purple? Oh, don't worry, we'll do it next time. Carry on. Don't worry, carry on.
No, I can reroll it.
No, it's fine. Carry on.
Okay. So that is 5 damage for the weapon with 2 extra, so 7 damage total. And the disadvantage, I'm going to say that in my eagerness to sneak out and attack them, I knock the cover completely down. So I am now exposed underneath the table.
Okay.
And they can perfectly see where I am.
not the
Not
first
that
time.
exposed, Andrew. Yeah.
In,
I saw Andrew's face and I was like,
it's Lynn. What do you expect?
So you see Lupo is this small, leany looking guy just take a shot on the side. So he goes, ow! And then we will roll initiative.
oh shit.
It's going to be cool for everybody.
Okay.
As you were
So it's going to be what?
cool for everybody.
It's going to be. We knew this was coming, didn't we? It's cool when you know it's coming. I can never remember which way around it is.
I think vigilance is if you know something's coming. Cool is how you react in the situation. I would argue.
I prefer cool.
I would argue either, to be honest with you.
Amazing.
Did you know that Lynn was going to shoot? Probably not, but I don't know.
Oh, he looked like he was about to come and try and fight me. I would argue that Click Clack was well up for.
I'm gonna scrap. Yeah, that's cool. Right, just.
Oh, it was a dog shit roll.
2 seconds. 1, 2, 3.
Ash.
So we've got orange pen everywhere. NPC. 1.
Fucking hell.
We've got.
Which do you have to delete your character to be able to change the strain?
I couldn't find another way of doing it.
What's this on?
The base strain.
On the dice roll.
Yeah, because I've spent my XP, so I've got like 1 more wound and like 3 more strain to add.
You know, edit it on the side.
I don't know what the arrows do.
Go to the next one. The next
Oh,
character
that's
down. It is done.
Oh yeah, you can do.
Just delete and re-add.
Yeah, give me 1 second to just jot down how much flipping money I have and double it.
Right, okay, we've got NPC, PC, PC, NPC, PC, PC, straight in the middle. So, Lupo gets shot in the side. Goes, ah!
Are you shitting me? They got a better roll than mine.
One of them had 3 yellows, and then he got 1, 2, 3, 4 successes and a triumph.
Fucking dickhead. Carry on.
As he falls to the side, you see something fall out of his hand and roll forward. So I'm going to give him disadvantage because he's been knocked over, as it were, like thematically from the shot being so close. But he is using a stun grenade.
Shit, mate.
In short range. Pow.
On Spanners and Click Clack.
Yeah, it's gone forward. So it just goes off, but the blast doesn't go get activated. Let's just make sure how that works.
So you need to target one person.
Yeah. Who would it have rolled towards? In my head, Spanners, because he's on the right hand side. I imagined Lynn on the left, shooting and falling that way. So, Poff goes off in front of you. Actually, goes off in front of a lot of people because Tuck's in there as well. It's going to go pop, and Disorient is going to activate. When triggered, the target is disoriented for a number of rounds equal to their rating, which is 3. And I'm also going to give that to Tuck because he got there disorientated too because he was close. Okay, over to somebody else to do some damage back.
So no strain damage, just disorient.
Disorient, yeah.
I'll take it then, if no one's jumping for it.
Go for it.
Cool. Okie dokie. Click Clack will raise his big rifle and say, sorry, I don't think he would raise his big rifle. He'd have his new one, wouldn't he? He'd raise his rifle and say, I did warn you, and just hose down this motherfucker. So we are at short range, yeah? You said?
Short range, yeah.
Holy
so
shit.
Red, please, rather than a purple.
Why?
Because he's got adversary too.
But I don't want to. Cool. Okay, no worries. I will raise my rifle, aim at him. I will take the extra purple for auto fire. Let's see what happens. Okie dokie. So I'm going to take that crit as a success. So I hit him for 9 damage. And then I activate auto fire and hit him for 9 damage. And then activate auto fire and hit him for 9 damage. And then I give the next person a blue.
Soak applies to all of it, doesn't it? Each one? Soak applies to each separate...
Yes, because they're each individual. They're individual attacks. The weapon doesn't have any... I forgot. Sorry, there is a booster on there. 1 second. Keep forgetting that. And I activate... I take that blue back. I activate auto fire again. 4 lots of 9.
Okay, no worries.
Sorry, whoever was going to have that blue, but...
You can't have it.
You can't have it.
He just shooting.
Fucking hoses this guy down. With
the big guy?
Yeah, the big guy. He's got a Boba Fett blaster rifle. And he just... pressing fire!
Nice.
See it from semi to... I'm going to flip over a dark side point and blow it up. No. You just see Tuck just get bombarded by all these blaster bolts, and he sort of pulls his arms in like this And after the barrage has stopped hitting him, he kind of goes. You can see him get really, really angry. He looks hurt for the purposes of understanding how he's hurt.
This is not your fight.
PC2. I'm just going to quickly get the rulebook on Disorientate, Richard, because the thingy says it over there, but it doesn't actually tell you what it does in terms of.
Oh, I've looked it up in the PDF. It's a black dice, basically.
Okay, no worries. Okay, great. That says I'm going to get the book. Okay, it's taking slot 2.
I wouldn't mind taking it if everyone else is all right with that. Lynn is going to use a maneuver to run to the next bed just behind her. Now, the run is incidental, right? Her maneuver she's taking is to take cover. And she's going to tip the bed over and then crouch down behind it, but like completely undercover. She's not peeking over. She's not going to be taking a shot or anything. She's just trying to get as much cover as she can. And then she's going to use her leadership ability called Inspiring Rhetoric. And because she knows that Click-Clack is the baddest motherfucker in the room, he's going to say, "Nice work, Click-Clack. Keep fucking them up." And you can recover 2 strain, and you get a blue for the next 3 rounds. And whoever else is there heard me shouting to Click-Clack, and you were inspired by that, so the next person also gets a blue for the last advantage.
Okay. Fantastic.
Tamsin asked me a question, so I didn't hear what you did. What did you do, or was it just the inspiring speech stuff?
Out behind the bed, like ran away a little bit, knocked the next bed over, and just like head down and like next to the bed, completely in cover, and then shouted to Click-Clack, and
Nice.
then whoever goes next also gets a blue.
Cool, thanks.
So Tuck looks very unhappy. He's been shot, and he closes the gap. He's going for the big scary guy, even though the bug shot him. He's going for the big scary guy with the glaives. And Tuck rocks up to Spanners and just swings this mighty, mighty weapon overhead. Have you got any melee defense, sir?
I do, actually. I've got 1.
Got 1.
That comes from the Van Blades, so he can block with the Van Blades, basically.
Okay, so we're engaged as well, aren't we? Yeah! Oh, he fails. Amazing.
He does block with his Van Blade.
So this, as he comes across, he pulls out this huge glaive and just goes, "Hua!" And you just ching, block it off you. Can I spend those advantages though to give you a black die, if that's okay? Maybe the swing was that strong, you blocked it, but maybe it made you take your knee or something like that, like in the movies where they, duck down. Okay, over to PC slot 3.
Let's back go next, Andrew. Thank
Yeah.
you. I want to retaliate. Spanners will say, you big guy." Then he's going to come back at him. So I've got 2 yellow and 1 green for brawl with my Van Blades. I've got 1. I can get 2 blues for my maneuvers. I get an extra maneuver because I've got 2 extra arms. So I get 2 blues for that. Plus a blue for the accurate quality, plus a blue for Lynn's inspiring speech, and then 2 black. So it's 2 yellow, 1 green, 4 blue, 2 black, 2 purple. Is that right?
He actually got 2 more black because he's got melee defense as well.
That's pretty stonking though.
So that's a big dice roll.
Against 2 purple, yeah?
Yes, yeah, engaged, yeah.
Here we go.
Amazing.
Oh my god! I did not expect that.
Wow.
Fucking hell.
What's going on?
Okay. So, have
That hurts doing that.
The base damage is 4. Crit 3. So I'm going to do damage. So 4, 5, 6, be 7 damage, not including the crit. What can I do with the crit?
Have you got Pierce?
No.
Okay.
The crit you can spend as an extra success, as 2 advantage, or as an actual crit and roll on the crit table.
Is he going to die? I wonder. Okay, then I'm going to, just for fun, I'm going to use the Sunder quality because I've never used Sunder before. To activate Sunder, I need
An advantage you get for that crit.
An advantage. So I can use 2 advantages, I think, to double Sunder. So what I'm doing, because I've got 2 blades, one of them is going to strike his weapon and try and break his weapon. So I'm going to inflict 2 damage tiers on the weapon. So it will go to minor damage and then moderate damage. So it's moderately damaged. If I sunder 2 more times, the weapon breaks. He'll probably die before that happens. We'll see. What to do it. So
just checking, Richard. Is your weapon Sunder 1? Yeah. It's just Sunder. It doesn't say Sunder 2.
Just Sunder.
Cool. Okay.
So, which is weaker. Sorry, it's taking forever this time. 5, 6, 7 damage, actual damage, and 2 loads of Sunder to his weapon. One blade's going to do the damage. I'm going to stab him with one blade, and the other one's striking his blade to do some damage to his blade.
So the blade that comes towards him, he lets go of his weapon and takes it on the hand, straight in the hand. It doesn't seem that hurt by it. He goes, "Urgh." And the weapon, obviously, as he's not holding it anymore, you do damage to it, and you see cracks appear on the blade.
Nice.
Andrew.
Does that mean I didn't get past his soak?
No, you did. Just only just.
Okay, thanks.
Kira's going to hear the absolute carnage going on inside and decide that she's going to take a gamble on setting one of the kids against the previous captors. So she is going to wake the Nexu-looking one.
Okay.
And I don't know if this is way too much allowed, but am I allowed to flip a light side to try and use it to coerce them as in being on our side?
Sure, as long as you tell me exactly what you're going to tell them. I'm glad you flipped that because they were going to come out and attack you.
So I will flip that. So yeah, as I'm basically going to hit button, wake up. I don't know how many I can do around, so it might just be one around or something like that. But basically, as they're groggily there, I'm going to be the people that did this to you, that hurt you, they're coming to kill you. Help us help you. And then I'm going to sort of as they groggily get up, point them towards the door and then move on to the next one.
I presume you said to them it's the nasty people by the door or something like that, so they don't just run out and immediately hit you back in the back.
Yeah, exactly. It's the one.
Got to be a steel chair if they do that.
Yeah,
they got to jump on it.
And then a ring immediately appears. Okay, perfect. All right, you done, Andrew? So
I think that's a big enough move. Yeah.
The kid comes out, and the next you looking one stares blankly at you, and then you say, and they totter off towards the door. Okay, top of the round. All right, Tuck's going to go first this time. He's going to drop his glaive, and he is just going to straight on try and pound on Spanners. Okay, so he's pretty tough. What was your melee defense? 2, was it? Sorry, or 1? 1. He likes a good
1.
He likes a good scrap, this guy. Right, so he comes in with a haymaker. Crack for 7 points of damage. And what would you like? What would you like?
Minus soak.
Yeah, minus soak. What would you like the disadvantages to be?
I think 2 damage, but soak 5. Just do that. Sorry. We'll take a black.
Black, sure. Okay. black on him for next time. Over to PC slot 1. That was quick and easy. Didn't even take a name, he just...
Do you want to twat him back first, Richard?
Yeah, go on then. Thanks. I haven't got the blue from Len anymore, I'm guessing.
I also made a mistake on your last combat roll, Richard. You should have had reds instead of purples, but it doesn't matter.
Okay, well, let's do it right this time then. So 2 yellows and a green from my brawl, 2 blues, 1 from my general maneuver to aim, 1 from my extra arms, 1 black I just volunteered myself for, and instead of 2 purples, I'm taking...
The black that we've just... 2 reds instead of 2 purples. The black that you just applied to him, do you want to convert that into a blue for you?
I see, yeah, misunderstood. Yes, I will, thanks. Boom!
Lots of damage. Lots of crits.
Cool.
Just spend all that advantage on crit. Crit the fuck out of him. It'll be fun.
So, in terms of the damage, it's 4, 5, 6, 7 damage again. And then I'm using all that for crit. How do I do that? Oh, 3 to crit. 1, 2, 3. So 1 crit and then 2 left over. So 1 crit and then we'll give blue to...
Are you specifically giving Click Like a Blue, yeah?
Yes, I am.
Okay, yep. Thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, you're the one who's going to get us through this. And Karen. And this new ally. Crit. I'm saying a normal crit.
So, do you have any abilities that give you +10 on crits, or any vicious on your van braces?
I've just realised I'm missing a black. Sorry for being disoriented. Please forgive me.
Was that only not for the next?
No, it's three turns. I disorient 3.
Okay.
So
if you give the blue to the next player, you can still do your crit.
Right. Okay. Stunned. Dan, I stun him.
Cheers. Do you like haymaker him back or something like that? And he's just like...
Oh yeah, I like the idea that one blade does the damage and he withdraws the other blade so he can get a good fist punch in. He's got 4 arms, fuck it. He keeps the blades out, one of his lower arms does like a punch to the gut.
Amazing. Okay, they stunned, no worries. Perfect. PC slot 2.
Okie dokie. Right. Let's do that again. So I'm still in short range, or do I need to step back?
Still in short range. It's not a huge place.
Okay, so short range. He's a red. One of them. Blue from Lynn. Blue from Spanners. Blue from Aim. Blue from Accurate Weapon. Okay. You ready? So, sorry, fly. 11 damage. 4 times.
4 times.
4 times.
This guy, you know how the movies where the bad guy gets shot and they keep standing and they get shot some more and they sort of stagger back towards the window and fall out. This kind of happens to this. The first.
Sorry. I do need to add a purple onto that because I'm using auto fire. 10 damage 4 times. Sorry.
So the first lot of damage comes in and he kind of turns from Spanners and sort of faces the rest of the barrage as it pins him against the wall and just peppers him. And after the last barrage hits him, he just slides to the floor. Smoking.
I did warn him that this was not his fight and he should stand down. Pip, are you ready to de-escalate this situation?
You don't hear any response from Pip. But we do hear, being NCP, don't they go, Tuck, no! And then out of the gloom towards you comes a grenade.
Worth it.
It was definitely worth it.
Wow,
You're short range, aren't you? Everybody's short range in this thing. Poof. That hits. A grenade comes over the gloom, click clack, and connects with your body. And as it goes off, you're encased in large foam. And then you hear footsteps.
That's so anticlimactic. You know, he's like, he sees the grenade, he goes to flinch from the explosion, and then he just gets slimed.
Yep. And then you hear, and Lynn, you see a little figure in the gloom sort of running towards the door. I'm going to let you finish out the round there, so PC slot 3 and 4.
I'm happy to go if you don't want to take it, Andrew.
Yeah, I was trying to think where I was
Okay,
at.
you think I'll do mine. Yeah. It's easy. Lynn lies like from her hidden position. She's not even looking at everyone. She's like, "We are not going to die down here to these measly, wimpy motherfuckers. Let's kick some ass." If I can click roll. There we go. Okay, so everyone can recover 2 strain. No, sorry, 2 people can recover 2 strain. 2 people can recover 1 strain.
I don't need.
No one needs. Well, that doesn't matter. Then everyone gets a blue for 3 rounds. And Lynn won't take it, and she'll give it to the other person, the Nexu person.
I love the fact that Lynn's just in the corner shouting, "We could do it, team!" Like,
Yeah.
no idea what's going on out
there.
Yeah, so inspired by this, Kira is going to open more of the things, because she has no idea that, like, you know, things have died outside. Like, it just sounds bad out there, so we're getting as much backup. And the first one went particularly well, you know, didn't attack me, so, you know, why not? So I'm gonna hit 2 this time and send 2 on their way.
Okay, are you using life side points, or are you gonna roll for convincing someone?
I'll roll for convincing to make it interesting.
Okay. So, charm or coercion? One of the 2.
Coercion. How difficult?
I'm going to have an average because it fits in with what I've been doing. Why can't I find it? No, failed.
What?
Sorry, I haven't seen the roll. I was looking for a character sheet. Okay, so you let out the Rancor one.
Constitution and the Rancor. Yeah.
And they kind of come out of the tubes and groggy and a bit confused. Obviously, they've been sleeping. They sort of look at you and you go, "Bad guys." Or unless you want to say something specific.
The people that hurt you, they're that way.
Okay. And you see both of them sort of look at each other and look at the door, and then they hobble off towards the door. Okay. So going around to the top of the round, Lynn, from your position, you hear the pitter-patter of feet going slowly further away. Lupo's on the run, running back out the way they came. You can still react if you like to go to the door and shoot. It'll take you a maneuver to get in position to see, and then shooting down the corridor.
There's no fucking way Lynn's sticking her head up. She doesn't even know the other guy's dead yet. So someone else can take this. She's just like tucked away there.
So we're in PC slot 1, are we?
Yes, yeah.
So my question would be, so Click Clack can't move because he's all foamy, but he can see and shoot, right? And he can see Lupo running away.
We were in the... So we came in... Hang on, this is going to be difficult. This is the room. 1 second. This is the room, right? Yeah. We came in here, and we were in this doorway. So we're like here. This is the doorway where the cage was, and this is the doorway where all the tubes were. So if I'm here, I think Lupo went out that door. Did you say,
He
Dan?
went out the door you guys came in originally, yeah. So he wouldn't be.
So I don't think I would be able to.
Unless there's a
Okay. Just let baggage out. Okay.
Sorry,
so
I didn't want to shit on your parade there, but
it's fine. Because my question was, if you can see, then I'd recommend you shoot. If you can't, then Spinners could maybe give chase, but he's too fat. I don't think
Right,
you have to catch up with this little guy. I could try, and I can't shoot, so I don't think I'd be able to catch up necessarily. Is he out of the lab now?
Yeah, so the manoeuvre on the turn he threw the grenade took him towards the door, and then this move he's just taken on this turn would be running down the corridor. But it's a long corridor. You could try and give chase if you really want to, if you're that bothered about this small creature who is running away.
Yeah, he attacked us.
Sure.
If he's taking his move, can I just not lob, but what's the word? Toss Spanners my carbine, my rifle.
Sure.
I can't shoot.
Be a laugh.
Can't shoot for shit. We can do this. Shall we do this, team? Ross, Andrew, should we go for this?
You do you, buddy.
So
If you
because
think it's cool, do it.
we're near
We
each
got
other. If Spanners looks, I know we're not specifically in turn order, but if Spanners looks like he's going to run for it, chase him down, Click is going to go, Spanners, take this, and literally just lob his gun.
Okay, let's do it. Spanners uses his maneuver to run where he can see where Lupo's run down the corridor. Comes up the gun and tries to use this gun he's never used before. He's modded it, so he knows how it works, I guess.
Okay.
This is the gun he modded, right?
Yeah, so it's a ranged heavy gun.
Okay. I've got 2 green. So, I get a blue for accurate.
Yep.
And you can
from
aim.
Lynn.
I can aim.
Well, the maneuver was... Oh, because you get a second one, yeah.
Yeah. So I get
That's
2
good.
blue. And the extra arms are great.
Yeah.
But I'm shooting against... Is it 2 reds?
2 reds and a black.
Oh, black, because I'm still disoriented. It's my last round of disorient.
Oh, he has black from range defense.
I'm not going to hit. But we said we go for it. So that's
Fun.
See. Yeah. That's
Oh!
I've got the advantage. If that's okay.
Go for it.
So you run holding your trousers with 2 hands, catch the gun with the other 2 hands, get to the doorway, steady the gun with all 4 hands for the extra maneuver. Oh, everyone's frozen. Everyone's frozen. Hello.
Hello. What happened?
Everybody's frozen.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Discord dog.
Okay.
Discord, because I had.
It was funny. Anyway, sorry. So Click tosses you the gun. You catch it in 2 arms. Hold the trousers with the other 2 arms. Get to the door. Let go of your trousers. Hold all 4 to shoot down the corridor, and completely miss. But all the bolts are around Lupo as this tiny little figure's running in the corridor. Your advantage is he kind of gets to where the stairwell was, which goes up to the left in this instance. You came down and went right. He doesn't turn. He kind of just runs into the wall. And from your position, you can just see what looked like a hidden door. So he's run through it, and you can just see a crack of light at the end.
Interesting.
That's a fantastic advantage.
Yeah, thanks. Banners will speak as the last bit of my turn, if that's okay, and say, he flew away. I think I've seen a secret door that he went through. And then are we dropping out of combat?
Yep.
Len, you can come out now.
Thanks, Fanners.
I have not been this slimy since I was last in the hive.
Len will run over and help Click break out of the...
That's fine. It takes a few rounds to get rid of, but it's 4 rounds, but it will easy enough to get out. I'll come back. But in the room with you guys, you three, you didn't know before, but there is a kind of Nexu looking kid, and then a Rancor kind of looking kid, and a translation looking kid, all looking very confused.
Oh, hello. You're out. Are you okay?
Does Lynn recognize any of them? She spent a lot of time with the urchins.
They're too changed to be up to having any discerning features. They kind of just growl in response. There's no audible words that come out.
Click Clack will like squat down to their height. I mean, he's quite tall and gangly, but he will squat down as much as he can, and he will talk to them in a what he believes is a soothing tone in his mother tongue. So he's just making noise at them, as from what anyone else can see. He's just a load of clicks and clacks.
They kind of just stare at you. Very clear after a while, nothing seems to be going in or being.
Oh no, yeah, but he's toning, using voice tone rather than the words, just to.
Yep.
Yeah, calm and reassure.
Kira's gonna wander out and pull out a cliff bar to give them something to eat from pockets. Not a lot, just like a something, like a token something. Obviously, I'm not stashing a kitchen down any clothing.
Come from a D to a C. So yeah, they just sort of grab this food and shove it in, and then sort of look around expectantly, not really sure what to do.
Here's your gun back, Click Clack. Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you get him, Spanners?
No, but yes, he seemed to go through a hidden door in the wall. I can see a crack of light. We ought to go and investigate when we're ready.
Young one, would you like to come with us and exact revenge on the bad people who hurt you?
They don't really respond to like direct questions or communication, but they kind of, pigeons kind of just totter around the room, like looking at things, and they're just kind of like walking around the room, sort of sniffing things and looking at things and looking at the bodies and occasionally gnawing on a leg or two, but they're not really paying too much attention to you guys or anything else.
I'd go for it.
No, you go first.
No, go for it.
My idea can wait.
I insist.
Does Took have a comm unit on his belt, say?
Yeah.
Spanners will kneel down, pick it up, say, maybe you can speak to Lupo. And Spanners will pass Lynn, the communicator.
Do we want to just listen in?
Great idea.
And not let them know we have this?
Does that work, Dan?
Sure.
Can you, if it's linked to their comms, do you get to hear, or does it have to be like a specific thing? Do they dial directly to a person when they're talking?
Like a walkie-talkie.
You guys
Yeah.
have group comms, so I assume it would be a group comms. But the lines.
Yeah, it'll be like radios, won't it? So you'll be on a specific frequency.
If you search Tuck's body, you'll find a couple of vibro knives and a knockout grenade in his utility belt. You do find his comlink, and you also find the optics, the thing he put down over his head. It's like optic goggles. If you want to know what they are, Spanners might be able to work them out. They're enhanced optics. They suffer no hindrance against smoke and darkness. So kind of night vision, heat kind of goggles, a combination type thing.
One of the gunners should have those. Yeah, next.
Do they fit on my giant bug eyes though?
Kira can see in the dark. Not interested in these.
They can be modified by Spanners at some point.
I'm not sure they're actually giant bug eyes. Actually, if you look at their plan, they are more ocular orbits. It's hilarious to think that he's just got these two. Fuck off.
Maybe Spanner's can adapt him just to have the lens or something that comes in front.
Yeah,
of him.
Yeah, let's do that. Anyway,
he does actually have semi. I'll put it in the chat.
Large eyes.
Just see. Semi-large eyes, yeah. They're kind of.
So, about these children, do we just leave them running free and let them go and be free in the wild and do their thing, or do we try and lock them in here and then get them treated?
I'm no biologist. I don't know if this is reversible. You would probably need a geneticist to assist you with this. Perhaps you could ask the surgeon.
Good one. Okay. Well, do we set the others free then and let them be a little cohort?
Perhaps in the interim it would be safest for them to remain here. We don't know how they will adapt to the outside with the predators.
Yeah. But the door's been blown off its hinges, so we can't exactly close them back in.
well, I could probably fix them.
And it won't take too long?
No, not at all. No.
Okay, Spanish. I'll give you a hand.
Do you think we should continue the pursuit first or secure the children second, Lynn?
I'm worried that they run out while we're gone.
That is a sensible concern.
Then, why don't you and I fix the door, and Click Clack and Kira go on ahead and investigate that door down the corridor.
All right.
Just keep on comms. If anything happens, let us know.
And look after these other children.
We will.
Try not to eat them all at once.
So coming back to Click Clack and Kira in just 2 seconds. So you guys, Spanners and Lynn, start to fix the doors. The camera shifts, and Thaddeus receives a communication in hyperspace.
Who's piloting? I can't remember who's piloting this current moment.
Remix is there, Thaddeus, Isar, and
Oren.
Oren.
Isn't Oren flying?
Oh, and Dr. Beige. Professor Beige.
Oh no, I've got Thaddeus flying.
Oh,
My notes.
Okay. Well, then Thaddeus will know that he can't push this vehicle any faster, but he'll warn everyone and he'll say, something terrible has happened to the other crew back at home. We need to make sure that we're ready. We might be going in hot.
I knew I should have stayed behind.
I always go in hot, and I also put out hot too.
We have any more info?
Pete?
None.
Oren,
Can I?
your data channel goes off.
I read my data channel and it says,
Isar, your search history data that you put on parameters to watch out for, such as things about mother things, pings to go off. Oren, what you receive, Remix, you just listen because you don't like computers. Oren, what you get from your back channels is that there is a Imperial fleet being mobilized to ascertain a rebel cell with immediate effect. Isar, you have your search parameters for things that have popped up, such as mother, There's lots of information on the net about mothers' followings, the growing cult, as it were, and it just comes past a bit of data, and Dr. Beige is sitting behind you, and he goes, "Go back, Gysar, that picture there. Oh, you know who that is, don't you? That's Dr. Tiff Bannon. What is she? She's supposed to be with the Imperial Research Team, but that's linked to the mother."
Oh, it looks like your lady's batting for both teams.
I wondered where the experience came from. Anyway, yes, well, is that good news or bad news, Isa? I don't know.
Well, at least we know who we're chasing now. Oh, and what a woman to be chasing.
She's got some very nice heels. Not the shoes, the heels. Yes, okay. Anyway, and then the camera shifts back to the guys. Back in the thing. So you guys are fixing the door, putting it back on the hinges and trying to weld and whatever. You have...
Just to say, I mean, I know you'll just let us do this without any rolls probably, but just because I bought this skill, I want to announce that I've got something called redundant systems, which means I can make an easy mechanics check to harvest components from a functioning device to repair a broken one without breaking the first device. So I can borrow components to fix the doors from other devices around.
And do you put your own code on the door as well?
Yeah.
So you fix the keypad, program it to your code and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. So Click-Clack and Kira, you make your way to the end of the tunnel, nice and slowly, because you know there is other things about. You come towards the stairs, you're on the left-hand side, you kind of get a bit of peek, and no, there's nothing in direct sight. You can see just in front of you this slither of light that Spanos was talking about.
But what's Ross doing? I'm so interested.
I thought he was taking a tablet, but then I saw the pliers.
Do you want to take point here, Kira, or should I?
Let me go. I'm gonna use my shortcut and try and catch up.
Stay low.
Well, it's a great use of the shortcut skill, but it's not going to work in this instance.
Damn it.
As you get close and just push it, it kind of moves very easily. It's very light. And as it opens up, you're just met with like an underground tube station. There's pods that you can travel into. You see that there is one missing from the station, as it were. But it's just an underground tube station. But it's very clean in here, not like the rest of the rotting building out the back. It's very clean and well lit.
Are there any pods?
I didn't hear.
Yeah, there was a few.
There's a couple of pods there.
I would bet you some credits that this goes back to the duck egg.
Very likely. Should we race on and let them know we're going?
Why not?
Oh, Spanish, you finished the door.
What did you find?
Guys, we have found a train station.
Oh.
I know. What would it be called? A transport terminus.
Yeah.
How where?
What did you call Kira? No, wait.
Anyway,
That's not some jokes.
Should we go ahead in a pod, or are we waiting for you? We're kind of ready to go.
No, I've finished. We've secured the children. I've changed the codes.
Hurry up.
I just have a little poke around here while they're catching up to us, and if there's like, there's a big difference between something that's been restored to just be used and something that has time spent in it. Do you know what I mean? Like, is it just
a very well maintained tube?
Yeah.
transport system. So it's been it's very new compared to the rest of the building. So you would assume it's either been restored to a working transport or it's been installed.
Mhm.
That's why I'd say the technology is a lot more modern than
Mm.
the other stuff around you.
Anyway, make haste. I fear the other children, urchins. What was the second one called? The refugees. Lives may be at stake. We need to get back to the duck egg.
Yes,
And
let's
I
go.
haven't- And I haven't shot a single one of them this time.
Isn't Brussick back at the duck egg? Maybe we should radio him.
Yes, that would be sensible to warn him. Perhaps he could keep an eye out for the little shit and Pip.
Lynn, why don't you radio Brussick? Let him know what's going on. I've got to keep my trousers up.
I don't have a comm unit linked to Trasic. The best I could.
Okay. There you go.
Oh, thank you. Trasic, heads up. There is some deep, dark shit going on. The surgeon is into some really bad genetic engineering stuff. He's the one who's been experimenting on the urchins. Are you reading me? Trasic? Hey. Thumbs are down.
Oh, I hope he's okay.
Do you have any contacts that you could get hold of?
They're all off-world.
Well, let's get going then. No time to waste.
Yes. We get in a pod.
Can Kira make the pod go faster?
Okay, so you get in the pod and a timer appears, and it says it's going to take 2 hours to get here. You make it slightly faster. However, all things are starting to come together. So we're going to time jump for 2 hours when you start to come into the station. Back on the ship, you guys are also happen to be 2 hours away from appearing back in the atmosphere. Dun dun dun! Who knew? Okay, so as you guys are coming towards the tram station, Kira, you can see on the controls it's like counting down 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. You pull into the station and there's nobody there. You can see the other tube, but the other pod, is open where people have clearly come in and gone out. But there is no one in this station other than a stairway going up at the other side. Again, well lit, so well maintained. The whole tube that you've seen along the way is all nicely maintained.
Have we heard anything on the radio on their frequency?
On their frequency, no.
Okay.
It's frozen again.
Baby. You muted Ross.
I don't think I'm
The
muted.
only way is up.
No, that's Trace.
I'm sure I just saw your
Trasic
mouth
is
moving.
muted.
I'm not muted.
Oh, I saw your lips move and didn't hear anything.
That's very strange.
Click just sings an awful fucking song from a universe far, far away, a long, long time in the future.
Does anybody need a loo break before we go into the next section? Okay.
I'd like to get a drink. Thanks.
I'm good.
Okay.
Just
Just
getting
putting his-
settled.
So
Put his towel on.
you come out of the pod, and up in front of you is a stairway that goes up. Again, it's nice and clean in here, well maintained. Just you got the stairwell. There's nothing else in front of you. Okay. Oh, it's frozen again. It's very freezy tonight, isn't it, Discord?
Oh yeah. Just went all frozen and came back.
So you come up the stairway, climbing up a set of stairs, probably about 50 to 60 stairways, and it opens up into a slightly larger kind of foyer area. Seems a bit odd to a foyer area. In front of you is some main doors, and out of those main doors you can see daylight.
Cautiously proceed.
Okay.
Guns out, guns out.
Hail's ready.
So you open the door, whoever opens the door in front. And in front of you looks like a small army of people all pointing. Oh, it's frozen again.
Yeah, it has frozen again.
And it's frozen.
I can hear your voice. There you go.
Superb. Cool.
So
Yeah. Okay. So in front of you.
in front of you, you open the door, and what appears to be a very small army of people all pointing weapons towards the door. In the very centre is Captain Pip. Next to him is a small little creature, Lupo. Pip says, "Come out. We don't want to shoot you. The surgeon wants to shoot. See you. Shoot, not shoot you. See you."
Oh, shit.
Say the wrong word. No funny business. Can I have a perception check? Doesn't matter who it is. It can be all of you if you want to do group one. Whoever's at the front ish.
Perception.
Lynn is not observant, so she's not looking.
I've got one yellow, one green.
Well, we can just do a group check then.
Yep.
Has Richard got one yellow, one green?
Sorry, just cut out for me there again. I lost track of
Yeah,
what we
me
said.
too.
So
Everyone roll.
But I think everyone's got shit basically. So.
Okay.
How would you like to do this group check? Is
I've got 3 greens.
well then you roll it. Take one of our yellows. So you roll 2 greens, 1 yellow.
Average, please. 2 purples. Okay. Lynn, so you listen to Captain Peppy saying, "Step out. We don't want to hurt you. The surgeon wants to see you." Being very observant, you notice that a lot of the people pointing guns at you look very familiar to who you've just delivered to this planet. And one thing you do notice, though, they all appear to be wearing head apparatus.
Does everyone notice that, or just me?
Well, you did a group check, so maybe you kind of nudge each other and say, "Aren't they the refugees?" And hold on, what's that on their head? And, oh, look, lots of guns. Type thing.
Okay.
How many are we talking?
Can
Like
we
50?
comms?
50. Lots.
Can we try and comms the others?
Is that a question to me or something you want to do?
No,
Let's-
the group.
I-
I'm more of a group question. Sorry.
I would assume that we tried Trey a couple of times on the way back in the 2-hour journey. Is it always dead? Okay.
Is Trey in the crowd of people? Yeah, okay.
He's dead.
There's Discord playing up.
I'm going to count to 5. Step out or we're coming in.
They get those on us. We're in trouble.
Shall we take the tube back the other way? Are you kidding me?
Can
Close the door.
can you
Yeah.
fix this door like the other one?
Yeah, I mean, it's an option, isn't it? We could close the door. I can jimmy it, and then we hop in a tube back the other way and escape. And we seem outnumbered, just like the scene in Star Wars where Han runs around the corner and then comes back. Chase. It's basically that. I don't think that's what Dan's expecting us to do. We could do that.
You could do.
And is it stretching the power of the light side points? If I say at this exact spend a light side point and say at this exact moment we see the shuttle coming flying overhead, like getting ready to land, or is that pushing it too much?
No, you can have that for a light side point, because I'm going to flip a dark side point and tell you something else that happens. So let's freeze frame
Well,
these guys right here.
I want to put it to the group if that's a good enough way to spend a light side point.
You got 3.
I'm liking either of those options.
I feel like it doesn't help us at that moment. Like we're in trouble one way or the other, whether or not we see anything.
True, but if we see them landing, we know, and we can contact them and coordinate a strike. On 50 people, that's not a good idea.
Listen, Pip, we're all employees here. There is no need for unpleasantness.
I agree. We're just asking you to come out and come see the surgeon. I don't want to shoot you.
You can talk to us on comms.
Pardon?
Lupo's not an employee.
How do you know?
Yeah.
It's a pretty big assumption there. Okay.
Tell the surgeon to open a channel. We'll talk to him. There's no need for us to get stuck in the middle of 50 of you people.
Let me call him. I'll see if he'll come
No.
personally.
They're only mind-controlled children. They're fairly easy to shoot, I've found.
We're not shooting the children.
Oh.
Thank you, Spence.
You see, he does actually sigh slightly. Oh.
So while this conversation is going back and forth with Pip, we flip over to the other crew. And the ship drops out of hyperspace. Usual picture coming back. Taris, the planet in front of you. You know where you're going. You hear a thunderclap from even inside the ship. And you look out a view screen to the left, and there is an Imperial cruiser just dropped into the as they come out of hyperspace. You hear several other thunderclaps and smaller vessels appear around it. Not like as big, the support ones. Shit. You then hear another thunderclap from the right hand side. There is a very large, odd looking ship. And then there are some other smaller thunderclaps. This is going to be a pretty big space battle, and you're
The odd looking ship, has it kind of looked like a bit of a bumpy silver turd?
What ship are you implying?
Mon Calamari cruiser dreadnought.
No.
Okay. I always thought they just looked like poo.
No.
Space poo.
You get a hail. Imperial shuttle, what are you doing in this space before we've even begun our assault?
Is it Mother's shuttle that drops in the weird ship? Because we saw Mother's shuttle fly off.
That was
I think he said large.
This is a large.
Oh, large.
cruiser.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you mean the dreadnought class, don't you?
That's what I meant. Dreadnought. I knew it was one of those words.
Yeah. So
One of those shit words.
Yeah, it's not a Mon Calamari one, but yeah, it looks really long, and very scary. But then there's other little ships around it.
I saw I'm assuming it comes over the loudspeaker, the howls, don't they?
Correct.
I saw all look up and go, oh, poo. Oh. This might be bad.
What was the hail that they gave us? Sorry, I was busy trying to catch up on notes.
Imperial Shuttle, what were you doing? What are you doing in this area ahead of our assault? Your channels have also opened. Your comm channels. Your localized comm channel, your team channel, has also opened.
Ren, you should respond.
I should respond. We were on a standard flight path. We're not part of this attack.
Very well. Stay out of our way. And then
Do you have any further information?
stay out of
For
our
us.
way. You then look over to the left and you see a load of TIEs and shuttles, landing shuttles, start to disembark the large cruiser and start to ascend towards the planet surface.
Thaddeus will, as soon as they have a moment to breathe, reach out to Lynn on the comms and just go, "What's your status?"
Have your two-way conversation.
With myself. Fuck. Lynn catches Thaddeus up, but very briefly, she'll give a location and say that they are being harassed by the surgeon's people and the surgeon's sketchy.
And does Thaddeus catch Lynn up on what's going on in orbit?
No. He just turns the shuttle away from the cruisers and starts heading over to where Lynn is.
Okay. So he starts to descend towards the planet. Okay. How fast are you going? Super fast?
Fast, but trying not to be too suspicious.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you start descending towards the planet, you do hear on the comms, Lambda shuttle or Imperial shuttle, we told you to stay out of this. And then you start to get followed from it. You can see that a couple of TIE fighters break away to follow your path. They're not quite up on you because they're kind of away, but you see them break away to start tracking. On the other side, the large other ship that dropped into the zone and other smaller ones start to disembark fighters, and they start to head straight towards the Imperial the Imperial fleet. Sorry.
You're going down.
Okay.
Kira's wishing she was in the sky, even though she doesn't know it yet.
Which is a ship. So are you coming out, or have I got to get the surgeon to come in and get you? He doesn't want to hurt you, I've said several times.
Does he want to control us?
He's just asked me to bring you back. He knows you found the lab. He's just told me to bring you in so he could speak to you.
I see no problem with this. We are employees.
I don't want to be converted.
Um,
I don't want to be converted. I quite like my independence. I don't want to become one of these robots under his control. Or one of his experiments. What if he wants to add extra arms onto all of his experiments next?
Well, he looks at you with your forearms and looks down at his and goes,
Think of the maneuvers.
Think of the maneuvers that he could do if he got hold of all biological material.
We are capable of looking after ourselves, are we not?
Speak for yourself.
We do not have to do anything that we do not want to, but I think it is prudent to hear him out.
If that's what you
If
want to do.
not for him, at least for ourselves.
Lynn is going to try something really fucking out there. He knows that she has the ability to rally people and, to really like draw them together. And leadership has one of those little comments in it that says something around, if a character's allies have become subject to effects of fear, they may be rallied, or if they've fallen under the guile of an opponent, then you can reassert loyalty to the cause. And she is going to do that and spend a light side point to make it possible, not to make it happen, but to make it possible that maybe if the leadership role is good, and you determine what good is, then they'll be able to fight against the thing that's like triggering them.
Yes, Ross.
Sure, absolutely fine.
Nice.
How difficult a check would you like?
That is a very good question. So there's a large number of them. There's 50, right? Plus Lupo and Pip. I'm going to say it's going to be hard. At least hard.
Hard is 3, right?
That's right.
Okay. Here goes everything. Oh wait, I've got to spend a light side point first.
Before you roll, what I'm going to do is if you succeed, I'm going to make you roll a D100, and then divide it by 2, and that will maybe be the number that listens, depending on how well the success goes.
Okie dokie.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Right, roll a D100. See what happens.
Special roll. I don't need special rolls. I just need to roll a D100.
Can you use a crit to roll 100 on a D100?
That's, you can use crits for that, right?
You can use the crit to re-roll if you
Crits for
want
that.
Rerolls 1.
Reroll.
Well, thank you. Definitely going to reroll then. That's better.
Okay. So you sort of give your speech about the greater good and how the surgeon may not have your best interests at heart. He's given you a device that's removing you of your free will to a degree, and blah de blah de blah de blah. And you see about 20 of them sort of shake their head and their weapons kind of lower, and they kind of look back and forward and just kind of touch and then just kind of pull off this device. And what happened? And they kind of just look around, and they've got people that are next to them that are still laser focused, doing as they've been instructed. And you hear Pip go, no, put it back on. It'll help you communicate with your buddies. And you see him sort of barging people and trying to put them back on while they're in a daze. And Lupo, you sort of just see kind of takes a few steps back behind the crowd.
No, we need to spring into action now. All of us need to do something now.
Kira shouts, "Help your friends! Take off their headsets!" To the ones that have just like woken up.
And they kind of look about and again see their friends, and they start looking at what they've got here and looking at the gun and the rifle blaster. Sorry, and they kind of deciding what to drop, and they kind of in the end a few of them drop both of them and just start jumping on their friends and pulling these things off, and it all turns into a little bit of carnage around here. Pip's going, put them back on, and you see him sort of hitting people and trying to get, but he's kind of now in a sea of bodies where some of them are trying to take things off and fighting and scrapping. It's at this point that the ground team hear the sound barrier in the atmosphere, and you look up and you see the cruiser that is already there. You didn't know, but you saw it there. And what you see coming down to the planet is all these landing craft coming directly from where you guys know you are, the town, which is just that way.
Get up there, says Spanish.
It appears.
Sorry, Richard, I didn't hear what you said.
Let's get out there.
Hero's gonna pull out a blaster and unsheath her tail.
Click Clack will just lane. Yeah, he'll lane. He will lean casually up against the doorway and call to Pip and say, "Yeah, it appears that you have bigger issues to worry about. Perhaps you should return to the town."
You see Pip in the middle of this sea of people, and he's punching, and you can see he's got a bit of blood pouring down his face, and he's kicking, and he sort of hears what he says and looks up, and then all of a sudden this shoe hits him in the face, and he falls into the crowd. He's like, "No!" You just see him go down in this bodies of these refugees as they were, and after a minute or so, they hear the sound, and they all kind of look up, and you see the last of them get their headsets removed, and they just go, "Imperials!" And they all just scatter, like ants scatter. As they scatter, you can see Pip laying on the floor, just trampled, dead body, as Pip cried. And just behind him, you see, well, not just behind, but slightly further back towards the tree line, you see this small little figure sort of look at you, and he points something up to the tree and fires a hook and goes shoo, and disappears into the tree canopy.
I look back to the party and go, "Perhaps we should get to our ship. I'm not sure if this is somewhere we want to be."
To the pelican. Well done, then. To the parrot. Well done, then. One of the birds.
And you guys start making your way towards the town, is that right? Okay.
Sorry, I missed where the refugees ran.
They scattered everywhere into the jungle around,
Okay.
and just scattered. Pip's dead on the floor. He's been trampled under the weight of everybody. And you saw the form of Lupo go up into the tree canopy and disappear. And then you four...
Triassic will try to raise... No, that's wrong. Wrong characters. Click Clack will try to raise Triassic on the comm to warn him about the Imperials and that we're leaving.
So shifting the camera over to Triassic, we find him, the camera, sees Triassic standing with a blue-skinned figure who is... Here's the thing come from the radio, so obviously where you messaged it before, it was clearly being received, but there was no response given by Triassic. Whether that was a character thing because he was with the surgeon or whatnot, that's up to Triassic from their point of view. And you hear the message, we're getting out of here, they're leaving the Imperials, and whether he nods or not. And the surgeon goes, "Huh. So they finally found us, did they? 98, you know what to do. Triassic, you're either with me or you're off this ship. Your choice."
I can't remember my Triassic voice now. You know where my loyalties lie.
Go do your job. And he'll pat you on the shoulder and then turn around and head back into the imagine they were standing just on the edge of the duck's egg or whatever, and he goes back into the duck's egg ship. From Triassic's point of view, you see this black-clad figure leap down from the platform and just full-on sprint through the trees towards the town. You've only been introduced to him as Subject 98. You've not really got a huge good look at him. Triassic hasn't seen him before, actually. Well, you would have seen him around the ship, maybe. since the background stuff. But the other guy has obviously seen him out in the world. Ship team, you're coming down towards the planet super fast. You've got TIE fighters on your tail. Pew 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 pew. You've got landing craft in front of you going down towards the town. Where do you go? What do you do?
What ship are we in? Sorry, are we? Is the Pilfered Parrot on Earth? Well, Earth on the ground, on the planet.
Yeah,
we took the Imperial shuttle to go and do the infiltration mission.
Right.
The Pilfered, not Parrot.
Who's driving? Flying. Hello.
Russ's character is. Sorry, I was pointing. Russ's character is piloting.
Sorry, my Discord went again.
Yeah, mine did too.
Oh, okay.
It's very bad tonight. Yeah, Thaddeus is currently flying the ship.
It's on
That is.
Remix. Blood's pumping. Adrenaline's going. Clearly excitement. And you feel that malice again down below.
Sorry.
Outside the ship, on the ground.
Oh, okay.
But down there too. It gives you a stiffy.
There was yesterday apparently a partial outage that's right today, but I reckon it's probably again they had some API latency and errors. On Discord, just looking at status checker, so I think Discord's got issues.
I'm going to roll a force dice to determine how that's going to affect Mimics. You don't mind?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he centers himself. He feels that rage, but you notice he sits cross-legged in the ship. If he finds some space in the ship, sits cross-legged with his eyes closed. Seems to be breathing deeply while he's waiting for us to land.
He's doing that weird stuff again.
Okay, Thaddeus.
Aaron's.
Sorry, go on.
Sorry. Oh, Aaron's just going to be trying to scan all the data networks to see what the hell is going on, and trying to gather some more information while whoever's flying flies.
Sure. Give me a computers check on hard, and then I will give you data per success.
This is not going to go well.
Okay.
Oh.
So you're tapping into the Imperial network, aren't you? Because of your spy thing that we did. So you find out that the Imperials are here because they were tracking the fugitive Dr. Beige, and he was associated with this planet and the surgeon. Dr. Beige is on the ship with you, by the way. Unfortunately, in your haste to try and gather data, you didn't quite follow the right procedure that you should have done for being sneaky, and unfortunately your presence was detected going into the Imperial network.
I'm going to relay that across to everybody, and followed by, I think they know I'm here. I think they know. I think they know I was there getting this information. But now we know who they're looking for.
But they're looking for me? Why? We're going awfully fast, Thaddeus. Could you slow down?
Quick question. Would we be able to put this shuttle inside the Pilfered Parrot? Too big.
Too big. Well,
okay.
You could. You've seen the sci-fi movies where they park things inside of other things, so you could, but you wouldn't have the wings or the top bit if you really wanted to.
You put it in, it would just never fly.
Yeah.
Again. Spanners, just quickly dismantle this thing for us. We didn't take this wing off and this top bit, and we're going to just pop. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stay there, Imperials. Wait.
Thaddeus will just be in touch with the ground team and find out that they're running to the Parrot, and he will just head straight to the Parrot so that they can get the ship ready, and he'll let everyone else know. We're going to the Parrot. Shit's getting real. Get your weapons. Get ready.
Is there a gunnery point?
Muted,
And
Nick.
Nick, you muted.
How'd your kids? How'd your wife? There's Imperials up in this motherfucker.
Oren, do you know why they're after me at all? Does it say?
It doesn't.
On the sheet, it'll say linked to certain artifacts of Imperial
Ah.
interest.
Okay. It's because of the artifacts. They've linked you to them.
Which one? I only gave 3 to the surgeon. The rest of them were sold at auction, and they should never find him. They got the Egg of Ossus. That was said to have contained kyber crystals from old, and oh, hold on. Oh, I gave that to the surgeon. Why are they coming for me? They should be going for the surgeon. He's got them. And the rest of them were just silly artifacts. In fact, I misplaced one of the sets of robes. I don't know where they went. But why? Could you help me at all get out of this alive?
Let's see what we can do.
I'd be a great asset to the team.
I'm sure your credits will go far.
I don't have any credits. I'm wearing a prison uniform. But tit for tat. We'll work that out later.
Are there gunnery points on the shuttle?
There is in the Lambda. I have a feeling you're just going to abandon this though as soon as you land. You're kind of being shot at, but not directly shot at for the purposes of just the.
Okay. Thematically, I shoot like a stormtrooper back just to keep people away.
Just to sort of shoo them off from getting too close. Okay, Thaddeus, let's have a piloting check. Sorry.
I just want to get make sure that my head is actually right in this. So there were 2 lots of things that arrived. One were the Imperial cruisers and one other cruiser, and it looks like they are going to engage each other.
Correct. Was the answer to that? He froze after the question. But yes, as you were flying down to the planet, you could see the fighters on the scanner starting to engage, and they were about to have a scrap.
Okay. Cool.
You don't know who the other party are, but they could be allies to us. Maybe.
Does it look like it's difficult to describe, but like, you know, the pirate fleets or the private fleets are kind of unmarked to a degree, aren't they? You know, the Imperials and the Rebels are quite distinctive in terms of the way they mark their ships, but all of the others are, you know, different groups. Some of the corpo ones are a bit more obvious, but some of the private navies that do exist are like a collection, aren't they? And there's not got a colour scheme, or they're just okay. And it's like that, it's just okay.
What difficulty?
How fast are you going? Are you punching it to get to the planet as quickly as possible?
Yes, now.
I'm going to have hard with a black dice, please. So 3 purple, 1 black dice.
Okay. Oh, that's great.
Not your smoothest landing. Where were you aiming to land it? On the pads or?
No, just as close to the Parrot as we could get. It doesn't matter where. Like, I don't care about the shuttle. It can get fucked up as long as we don't die in the landing. That's like the minimum requirement that I'm going for.
Do you remember the bar?
Yeah, landed on the bar. I don't care.
So, okay, I've got this.
Through the orphanage, through the bar.
Yeah. Unfortunately, as you're coming down, the TIE fighters are still shooting at you. Thematically, Oren is shooting back with his stormtrooper accuracy and sort of putting them off. Unfortunately, as you come in to swoop to slow down, you get clipped by a rogue shot that just sends you completely off course, and you go crashing into the forest near to the settlement. Could you all take 2 points of damage, please? I'm gonna ignore your strain here for the purposes of just it being in a ship crash. Perfect. Okay. But you've landed. You might be hurt and bruised and battered, but you've landed.
We get to the parrot.
Okay. So you get out the wreckage, and you.
I thought you said you could fly this thing.
I didn't say I could land it.
That's a fair point.
It's true. Okay, so you get out of the ship, pull everyone out of the wreckage, and you start to make a dash back towards the town, as it were. From the other team's point of view, they are dashing you through the forest, and they start to get the town into view, and that's when they see the first drop pods land in the settlement, and the familiar white-headed bobs come off and start shooting at everything and anything that's moving.
Now,
Okay.
I'd just like to point out that it's TK and not BOB. Okay. You said the
What?
whitehead bobs.
Oh, right.
They're not bob. They're TK something, aren't they? Stormtroopers.
Yeah. I meant they're bobbing helmets as they're walking.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
Okay. We're going to drop into initiative.
No.
Yeah. We're gonna have a scrap. I will allow you to pick whether you want to do both characters or whether you want to do one from either group. That's perfectly fine. Just one? Or you have a question?
No, just one.
Just one. Okay. Pick who you
And which one are you going for, Nick?
Black. Isar is not joining in a firefight.
So just to, so we've got the town, which is like our base, our settlement. We've got the ground team came up out of the tube station somewhere in the woods, running through the woods to get into the town. Also, the Lambda ship has crashed, also in the woods, also converging. So everyone's converging on the same area.
Yeah.
And we, as the players, but not the characters, know that the surgeon was there at least a little while ago because you described a little cutscene.
Yeah, that was, for the purposes of behind the screen, that was actually at the Duck's Egg, not here at the town.
Duck's Egg's like a little bit outside the town.
Yeah.
And the Pilfered Parrots
is in town.
Okay, thank you.
So, whoever you pick from either side, please take a blue die on all of your checks for the supporting group. So, if Nick's using Click Clack and you're using Remix, then he'll get blue for you, and vice versa, whoever you switch around.
Mm-hmm.
Just so they're actually doing something, as it were, but not actually getting involved.
So for each character not being played, you get a blue in the other group.
Yeah. So if only one of you's doing one group, then they'll get 3 blues. If there's 2 of you doing it, then you'll get 1 each. Make sense?
Except from Trey.
Pardon?
Except from Trey, traitor.
Oh yeah, he's around. He's not
Traitor. Yeah, traitor. It's the keys in the name.
For clarity.
Well, he's the least traitorous. Actually, we're all the traitors, technically.
I feel like you're being very rude about a character that does his job.
Okay, right. Roll your initiative, please, or your cool check.
Hooray for Discord.
Roll your cool check. Cool check.
Surprisingly, I will be using Remix.
If I don't play Lynn, can everyone get an extra bonus blue because she's using her leadership the whole time? You know, to just like.
No. This is a panic setting. No one's listening to Lynn. They just want to play her, not her once.
Don't forget about your blue spanners from the other character. Remember, you got a blue for everything.
From earlier.
No. Dan just said it. If your other character gives your other character a blue.
So I think isn't what Dan was saying. So you're playing a character who's with Spanners and Lynn
Aye.
and Kira. So if Andrew's playing Kira and me and Ross aren't playing the two in that party, you two would get their blues. Is that what you were saying?
Correct.
Dan?
Yeah, you get a blue each for them supporting you.
You get a blue for missing characters in your party.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more
So
sense.
if Click Clack was on his own in that party, he would get 3 blues.
Right.
So we've got remnants from the one party. Sorry, Connie.
No, go on.
So you're using Click Clack, Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
Kira.
So there's
That's
2 in that
two.
party.
I will then use Thaddeus.
And Remix.
Nice.
So you're all going to get an extra blue on all of your actions because there's 2 and 2 split accordingly.
Cool.
Okay, right. So
Well,
everyone's
yeah.
rolled. No, missing someone.
I haven't because my laptop battery died, and now I don't know what my character sheet is. Surprise!
Oh,
No,
what?
everyone's put on
Hang on. Let me. That's.
I'm going to say 1 green.
One green. Okay. Won't be a second.
We're rolling cool, right?
Yep.
I'm going to have to get a charger. Give me 1 second.
No worries.
Hey, dog. I know you won't listen to me, dummy, but
Sending Eli to fetch the cable.
no, I told him to stay behind.
Okay, we're all ready.
I'm not ready. I'm fumbling about in the dark, quite literally. Okay, continue.
For this section, I'm happy for you to roll your dice and thematically do damage rather than actually doing damage, if that makes sense. So I'm happy for you to go, I hit, but I've hit a load of barrels and... Oh, you're frozen. Everyone's frozen. Talking to yourself, Dan. Why are you talking to yourself?
This is impossibly bad. Discord is fucking failing at life.
It's like Roll20.
Yeah. Maybe we should go back to Roll20 and see how that does these days.
I kind of think that was more stable.
Yeah.
I think.
Better tonight.
I think this is out of ordinary for Discord.
Yeah.
Whereas this is ordinary for Roll20.
Yeah.
It was quite bad. At the end, it was quite bad.
Mhm.
I say at the end, you know what I mean? The last section, should we say? It was unreliable.
Yeah, because it got better and then it got worse.
Just as you went, it got worse. It just
It went
yeah. Look, at least we're all failing at the same time, though.
Yeah,
So,
that is.
yeah. We,
The interesting thing is that like I've like streamed thing up that's like going fine. So I wonder if it's like a link between like the UK and America or something that's actually going wrong, and it's not actually Discord's fault.
It's Discord's fault. Stop trying to cover for your baby.
Not my baby.
who's in America?
A streamer. I'm literally just grabbing points, like channel points. They're on like another stream.
Oh,
but
I see what you mean.
what I'm saying is that they're in chat with people, and they're like, I haven't been paying much attention, but it doesn't seem like they're having problems. So assuming
Discord UK free. I don't know where they host their free service. You can just create a server. So I guess we're just on the shit rung down the bottom.
Okay, so I'm going to attack either ship crew or ground crew. You guys know who's in which one. And then you guys can spread the damage should you choose. Because obviously you're acting with the 4 characters. You can spread damage across them if you like. Okay.
Orin dives in front and takes all of the damage.
Oh no, he's dead.
Lynn runs out to try and be leader. Two can play at this game.
So, stormtroopers land in the town, and a group of them break off and head towards the crash site. As they come over the hill, they are firing their rifles, and they make contact, dealing a grand total of 9 damage that you can spread between people. Be fair, because obviously I know there's
Which
so
group?
involved. That was the ship group. So if you can just pick 1 or 2 people to absorb the damage. Obviously, if you picked all 4, you'd just be able to go, well, soak. So that's not. Does that make sense?
Oh god, I have to swap back. And do you need to
No,
know the
sorry.
soak of like?
Can we use range defense?
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a deflector shield.
You do individually. Hold on. I think this might get too complicated with allowing you to absorb damage. Okay, I'll just target the 2 main players in the group.
Yeah,
and
that's
then that makes it easier. So
yeah.
Thaddeus, then we're going to go for you. Then this one, I'll roll the black die for your range defense on your deflector
2
shield.
range defense, yeah.
So they don't hit you at all. I know blaster bolts.
2 range defense.
2. That doesn't matter. I failed anyway. So a load of blaster bolts come over the rise towards you guys. Some of them are deflected by your shield. The rest of them will just crash around the ship team and don't manage to collide with anybody. What they've done though is, in order to get that shot, they've exposed themselves to a slightly higher ground, and thus you will have a blue die on shooting them because they're slightly higher up than you are. And next, load of stormtroopers shoot at the ground team. Dun, dun, dun. 3 and a black.
I have range defense.
Okay, no problem. They shot a click-clack. They saw him in the front leading the charge. And they've completely exposed themselves. They're not in cover. Same sort of situation. They've tried to sort of get a higher vantage point and shoot down at you. So you guys will have a blue on shooting that group 2. Over to PC1.
I'm happy to take it.
I tell you what,
Not bad.
I was going to suggest breaking it into like do the 2 on one group and then the 2 on the other group.
I'm just going to allocate them then. So, ship group. So Thaddeus, you're up, and who was the other one? And Remix.
Remix.
Yeah. And then it will be Click Clack and Kira. Okay, go Thaddeus. That makes it just a bit easier to go through that.
So instead of aiming directly for the stormtroopers and trying to burn them out, what Thaddeus is going to do is, as they're running along, he's going to aim like between where the stormtroopers are and where we need to run to kind of set the area on fire, because we're still coming out of the woods. So I'm imagining there's some like shrubbery and things like that, to kind of set that all on fire to cut off the area so we can get away towards the Pilfered Parrot.
So you're stopping, pulling out your flamethrower and extending it.
No, my flamethrower's in my mouth, so I don't have to. I have to stop to aim and fire, yes, but.
So you're just trying to set fire to a load of brush and vegetation in front of you in order to give yourself an advantage to go around the side, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want a gunnery check?
I only want you to roll to see if you fail. So, what's the range on the flame?
Medium.
Okay, no worries, no problem. These guys are at long range too at the moment. So average, because you're not actually aiming, or
well, I'll use my movement then first, my maneuver to close.
Yep. So then you're going to
at
try
least
and get them at the medium range. Okay.
I won't get them, but I just want to make it so that it's like it's right next to them, cutting them off, so that it makes it easier for us to run away.
No problem. Well, I'm not going to make you roll for it, because otherwise, when we're rolling to hit the ground, it's not like you're aiming.
Well, it's accuracy and effectiveness of what I'm trying to do. You could use that to gauge that, I guess.
Well, do averaging, because it's medium that you're trying to distance you're trying to cover with it.
Okay. Oh well, that's just garbage.
Oh,
I get a blue. I get a blue. For
being assisted?
Yes.
That saved you. Okay, so you fire a jet of flame that goes down alongside the stormtroopers. And what this does is it sets fire to all the brush and maybe a junk pile or something that was there, and it starts to cause a bit of smoke and obscure you ever so slightly, so they'll give them a black die on trying to target you. Is that okay? Yeah. Remix. Thaddeus has run forward, set fire to the junk pile in front of you to try and give you some cover.
How far away from us in terms of range bands are the stormtroopers?
Long. So 3.
I got this. Rex will use a maneuver to cover one range band, and then he'll use his action to fall asleep. And I can now jump 2 range bands. I can jump to medium range with a fall asleep. So because the fire is immediately in front of me, I'm going to imagine it as he leaps first. So he leaps through the fire with his Vibrosaur drawn, and then when he lands, he then covers the last 1 range band with his maneuver
Bounces.
to get right up to them. So they just see him leaping through the fire and running through the woods at them. And he gets into close range with one of them. All of their actions in there.
No worries. I suspect whatever the force rail is, you're taking anyway.
I rolled a black. All the rest of it, I've got a black on my jump, and I will amend my alignment accordingly.
No worries. So
he's not so focused.
A touch of dark side as he gets roasted on the fire.
Got burned a little bit. Okie dokie. Roman Smoky. Next MP slot. Let's get the right ticket. This is the right ticket. It's not the right ticket. It is the right ticket. There you go. Okay. So, out of the forest. So, one team's coming from the left, one's coming from the right. Out of the forest, close to the right-hand side team, this figure speeds out and does something very similar to Remux. Takes a couple of strides outside the trees and then just leaps and closes the distance. Not quite as far as Remux because he was slightly further back, but he kind of closes the distance. A huge leap. The ground team will see him on your left-hand side just go and jump into the sort of towards the town. The other team might not necessarily see him because the flames has now been created, but he's closer to the actual teams. And Remix, you just feel that wave of anger, and anyone that's not a robot will also kind of feel this unease about what's going on. Over to Click Clack.
How far away are these stormtroopers?
Long range.
Not. Don't
You have a
really
against
want
them
to.
because they're elevated to shoot down.
Yeah, I don't really want to start shooting stormtroopers. If I'm totally honest. Oh fuck it, who cares? I'll just return fire. Nice and easy. Long range. I have a long range gun, so I can shoot back at them. Blue dice. I'm gonna. No, that's the blue dice. I will move as well, but not. I won't aim. So no extra blue for that. Ooh.
Pew pew pew.
I shoot him in the face.
Okay. What's your damage?
He dies. 500,000 trillion.
Oh, amazing.
No, it's if I don't use that, it's 9 damage.
Okay, no problem. So this trooper takes a shot and goes down, but you can just see he's kind of still moving. He's not out. on the floor with his compatriots.
Though he does take a 90 crit. Which is on the cheat sheet.
Stormtrooper dies. Compromised. Increase the difficulty of all skill checks by 1 until the end of the encounter. That's fine, because he's on the floor.
Yep. His head is ringing.
Yep.
I actually blew his helmet off.
And he's bald. No, he's ashamed.
Yep.
Kira.
So, did you say they're long range?
They're at long range, yes.
Okay, I can't do anything really. So, what are my options in terms of like how far is it for me to get to the other group?
So you would have seen the jet of flame go up on the other side, and maybe may have seen Remix do his Superman jump, then followed by this black-clad figure doing a very similar Superman jump. I would say it'd take you probably 5 rounds to get round to them if you were circumventing. Bear in mind you can move 2 range bands in it. Well, move 2 sections in a turn if you spend your action to dash forward as well. So you could get closer. You can't shoot, of course, if you haven't got a weapon that reaches that far. What have you got? Medium range?
You've got medium range.
So you could move forward to close the range band and then shoot back at medium range.
Okay, yeah, that'll do. That'll do.
Pew pew pew. So you hit. How much damage?
It does 5. I never know how to, and it's 4 for a crit. So does that mean
You can activate a crit.
Yeah.
Roll a crit. Or roll
it's just a
D100.
special critical?
91. Oh, nice. So 2 of the stormtroopers in this group have been hit with criticals. Okay, no problem. No worries. Right, that team will fire back. They are going to shoot at Andrew as he's moved closer, rather than the bug that's slightly further back. Not bug, sorry.
But Andrew's not there.
There's no Andrew on the battlefield.
But there's a picture of Andrew above the avatar. Okay, they hit, dealing 9 damage, sir.
So
You have range
so I
defense.
take 5. I have no range defense, so I take 5.
And they're going to give you. I'm going to use that disadvantages from them to force you into cover, so it will actually give you an advantage being shot at again. Does that seem fair? Okay, back round to the top. Are you ready, Remix? You hear the voice over the battle. Come find me in the middle. You see out the corner of your eye this figure dashing through again. Thaddeus.
So is it my turn? No, okay.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
It's your turn, Thaddeus.
Thaddeus will just shout to Orin and Isor, run that way, get to the parrot, and then he will use the maneuver to close the distance and get through the fire, even if he takes some damage, to like just run through the burning thing to get on the other side to back Remix up. Is it one maneuver to get through, or do I need to spend both?
You're kind of throwing away safety, right?
Yeah.
To get through.
Like the fire was just to get some cover for Isor and Orin, so they could dash back to the ship.
Take 2 damage then, ignoring the soak. Walking through the fire.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And then when I'm on the other side, I will plant my feet again and just let out a gout of flame.
Dodge, Remix, dodge.
What? 2 or medium, right?
Sorry? You
2.
moved to medium the first time round.
Okay, so this would be
moving forward to short.
short. There's that 1.
Yes. Are you aiming at?
Oh, brilliant.
Okay, cool.
I will activate the blast on my.
Uh-oh, poor MX.
No, not really.
Why, he's standing face to face with this group of stormtroopers you're shooting at.
It doesn't really matter because what it basically is just like I'm just spraying it next to him. So I'm not actually spraying the Gouda flame on him. It just means that I catch a couple of other ones in the.
Yeah, his dragon breath is a line, not a cone.
Yes, that's exactly what I meant to say.
There's your traitor right there.
Okay.
I've got my eye on that robot.
Ooh, or I could do a critical. No, I will activate the blast quality. So it's 10 damage to the first guy that I hit. 11 damage, sorry.
He
11 damage to the
falls
first guy.
over with melting armor, scratching at his face.
It's blast 6, which means 6 other people are also hit for that damage.
Okay. The other one.
11.
So.
And then, yeah, it's burn 4 too.
Okay. The only one I would say maybe you didn't hit was the one that Remix is standing in front of, because I kind of feel that you would get him. But the other 2 in that unit just fall into melting piles of fire.
They continue burning.
Yeah. Long after they're dead. For the next week.
And the laminate fuses to their skin.
Yeah. Maybe you're seeing Remix's hair as well. Being close. Okay. Remix, you're up.
Okay. So I've been taunted, challenged. He
Your honor has been besmirched.
My honor has been besmirched. Can I get to him? Can I see how far away he is? Can I get to him in this round? Because I'm guessing either I can attack the stormtrooper I'm next to and then give chase, or could I give chase, have an attack of opportunity if there is such a thing?
So
cool.
You could get to him. He's going to be at medium, so you'd have to use your action to get there, or maybe use your force power again.
I could take strain to close the distance.
Yep.
Okay. Remix, who's just leapt up to the stormtrooper, is like face to face with him. He's then taunted. Remix will say quickly, "You're lucky." After Patient 98, take 2 strain to close the distance, and then I catch up to Patient 98 with my maneuvers spent. And only my action left. I mean, now I'm questioning whether I do want to attack this thing. Do I? I'm going to let a force dice determine whether I attack, and if it's black, then I'm just full of rage, and I'm going to attack him. If it's light, then I'm going to catch up and try and pin him down and incapacitate him.
Can I flip a dark side point to make it be the other one? No, carry on. You do what you need.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm happy to take the hint. I'm just attacking.
No. Roll it. I was just joking around. You're always going to be a good boy.
I chase after this person, and I'm just going to try and pin him down. I'm going to, I've got a high blade in one hand, but I'm just trying to shove the guy to the ground so I can, question him. What the fuck are you doing here? Blah, 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 blah. But let's see if I pin him down first.
So do a melee check. Brawl? Yeah, brawl check.
Can it be?
Well, melee's with weapons.
Athletics?
Yeah, athletics would be arguable.
Oh, yeah, I'll do athletics. Yeah, please, if that's okay.
Yeah. So you're rolling against 2 red and a black.
And you've got a blue from Oren.
I'd argue that point because he's all the way over there now. So, yeah, Oren can shout out tactical data. That's fine.
So am I having a blue?
Yeah, sure.
Them was the rule.
You have a
know,
blue
them's
banners.
rule.
I kind of had it as if you were going to be working together, like not jumping off. But anyway, carry on. Have the blue.
Thanks. And I can add force dice to my athletics checks. So
Thanks, man.
that'll translate to extra successes, potentially.
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay. My God, I got success without the force dice. So success with advantage and 2 dark side.
Well, that's
You pull out your vibroblade and stab him.
Yeah, okay, I quite like that. So I pin him, hold my vibroblade to his back. So I pin him down, face down on the dirt or grass, whatever it is, and I've got my vibroblade to the back of his neck. Is that all right, Dan?
Sorry, 2 seconds. Sorry, so you're jumping on him, pinning him to the ground, and then you stab him with your vibro.
I'm just holding it against him.
Oh, okay, no problem. No worries.
And I'm going to say, halt.
Sorry, you broke up then.
I'm going to say, halt. And then
A worthy adversary. And I'm going to flip over a dark side point because it's now his turn. Flip over a dark side point, and he just does this with his hands, and you feel the force push you off, not to hurt you, but to sort of to push you off. And he just stands up and draws 2 daggers, and then just comes in for you. Right, I'm gonna roll some stuff. You ready?
yeah. Should have.
And that was the last we saw of Remix.
Maybe.
You've got melee defense, haven't you?
2, melee 2.
Okay, perfect. He hits. And as he did hit, I'm going to use 2 advantages to activate 2 weapons. Because he's using 2 daggers. Isn't he?
You need to make that check harder if you're going to use 2 weapons at once. You need enough purple in there.
You are right, thank you. Fuck it. Damn you!
Sorry.
No, it's all right.
Sorry.
I'd forgotten about it. No worries. Okay, so he comes at you. 2 daggers flinging around really, really fast. You parry all of the shots. He's going to use the advantages though, because he's still got 2 of those, and he's going to force a black die on you. Maybe. Ah, actually, 2 advantages. I'm going to force you to drop your sword.
What?
Yeah, 2 advantages. Force the target to drop a weapon it's wielding. I'm going to force you to drop your sword.
It is an incidental to pick it back up, but you will lose your melee defense until you do so.
Okay.
Luckily, he can't hit you again.
Yeah.
Click clack.
That's me. So there's another stormtrooper. I've just plinked one down.
Yep.
So I'm just, like when you're at the fair.
Yeah.
He's just gonna try and go for a like a glancing headshot on the other one.
So, one fell over. And then
I'm gonna try and make the other one fall over as well.
One was hit, and he was given a critical from Andrew, but he didn't.
Oh yes.
Didn't quite fall
Sorry.
over.
Yeah.
He just. It looked winded. There we go. That would be the way to explain it.
Let's see if we can really sweep him off his feet then. What was the range again? Sorry, they're long, aren't they? These ones. Yep. And he will. Actually, if he moves a second time, he'll take that long to medium only because he moved last turn as well, and it's 2 to go from long to medium. So that'll be 2. That's fine. No blacks or anything.
You've got a blue because they're slightly higher up than you.
Yes. Yeah. No. I've got that. Yeah.
Oh,
I've got.
Sorry, you do have a black because they've got range defense, haven't they? Beg your pardon?
Oh, thank you. Pew.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Pew.
Okay.
I mean, if that kills him, is his mate still invisible, or is he crested out the other side of the hill?
In a minion group, so it's irrelevant. So you do how much damage?
Hose them motherfuckers down. I do 12 damage.
Yeah.
Plus crit.
Plus crit, so that's fine. So the one on the floor gets caught with a blaster bolt and dies. The one standing up holding his chest where he's been shot by Andrew dies. And the other one dies. This mini group just gets wiped off the map.
Clack will turn to Kira and say, well, it really helps when they're softened up first.
Is there anybody left for me?
Not in that group, no. Right.
Don't worry, there's always more stormtroopers. They're like ants. And then he... you know when people's eyes roll when they think about what they've just said?
Kira, your turn. There's no longer any stormtroopers in front of you. You can progress with no hindrance.
To the Pilfered Parrot or to the other? I'm trying to.
In towards the
Pilfered Parrot.
Pilfered Parrot, yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna hit straight for the Pilfered Parrot then. Why not?
Okay. Pew,
I'll
pew,
use-
pew. As you crest the small rise, blaster bolts come over the hill, and there's another group of stormtroopers coming your way. They don't hit you, of course. However, from your angle, you can see that Remux is now engaged with a black-clad figure. And slightly behind him, where the Pilfered Parrot is, you can see a familiar figure who has been gunning down some stormtroopers that are getting too close to the Pilfered Parrot.
Cutting down.
Cutting down.
With some additional appendages that weren't there previously.
Chop, chop, chop.
When you get closer, you might get a better description of what's going on.
Or you might get
But I'd-
chopped up with a
I
sword.
thought I'd gone as far as I could go. Sorry, I was.
So you
Haven't I?
you've used a maneuver to go over the hill. You can spend 2 in order to go slightly further. That would probably put you in range to shooting the stormtroopers or shooting at the stormtroopers.
Yeah. So that's 2 strain, right?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I'll set myself up for a ball. Give me a second to respec back into ranged light. And just the one blue.
Just the one blue. From somebody shouting, over there! I forgot who.
Or somebody. I'm guessing Lynn's just like running behind me.
I'm not sure she's concentrating though. She's probably looking at your butt and your tail swaying.
Either way, gives me great success.
Alright, how much damage?
No, you didn't roll any purples, bud.
Oh God,
You gotta roll
this is
two.
what happened.
I
No,
succeed. You're right. Oh shit.
That's
I do
unfortunate.
not succeed.
Well, you got distracted. Never mind. Oh dear, oh dear. Right. It's a good time for that. Right, I'm going to flip over Dark Side Point. Top of the round, going to top of the round. You hear, followed by explosions start appearing all around the town. And you look up.
The noise cancelling is working against you, bud.
Oh.
Like it was like
Silence.
Well, I played it out very well. You hear lots of explosions and look around you, and the ground starts exploding. Looking up, you see large green bolts start coming down from the Imperial cruiser, crashing into the ground. Could everybody please take 4 strain? Shell shock.
As soon as it goes silence for more than a second. Oh no, it actually has.
It froze then, yeah.
Damn it!
we jinxed it, Andrew.
I did indeed.
Okay. Top of the round. Remux. This guy gets up because he's been, shell shocked as well, and he launches himself at you. 2 daggers.
Oh, he gets 2 turns per round. Shit.
He's pretty badass. Sorry, I'm having to turn the pages back and forth. Okay, here we go.
Legendary actions.
Yeah, exactly.
Blue.
And now you know how it feels.
Yeah.
Right, and you don't have your sword, so you haven't got your melee defense, correct? Or have you still got one from your armor?
No. I think I've got. No, you're right. Defensive one comes from the Vibra sword. So another one comes from somewhere else.
That's fine.
Where they come from?
No worries. So in it comes.
Skill or something?
Pardon?
I said probably a skill or something to Richard.
So in he comes, waving his daggers around while you're swordless, and he chops. He does 8 damage, pierce 2.
Okay, I have soak 5, so it's going to be soak 3 now. So 8 minus 3, 5 damage.
Great, yeah.
Shit, mate.
Why do you only have soak 3 now from soak 5?
Because he's got pierce 2.
Pierce 2.
Yes, yep, sorry. You're right.
5 damage.
Pick up your sword. Give me a real fight. And then over to one of you guys. Thaddeus, I think. Top one.
Thaddeus just quickly will reach out to Remix on the comms. Do you want to do this alone? Or do you need help?
This is my fight. I'll catch you up, he says as he's doing whatever he's going to do on his turn.
Okay. Thaddeus, after looking across at Remix, his head snaps across to the stormtrooper who's left there, and he just goes.
I guess it wasn't his lucky day.
No. He's going, phew, that was lucky. Ah!
For short and with a blue.
Yeah, well done. You milked the stormtrooper. I don't even need to know the damage. It's more than 1.
There are 2
11.
smoking laminate boots left in the floor.
Well done, Ross. Okay, Remix.
And then I will use my maneuver to travel towards the pilfered parrot, but I want to stay within short range of Remix and 98.
Okay, so you'd be going closer to 98 and Remix. The ship's kind of over here, and they're over here, so you'd be going closer to them, further away from the ship.
Yeah, kind of like just arcing around them a little bit too.
Okay, no worries. Go to Remix.
That's it.
Okay, so he's taunted again. Grab your sword, give me a real fight. He says to Thaddeus, I've got this, I'll catch you up. So I can retrieve my lightsaber as an instant. No, I'm not silly yet. I'm just fantasizing. I'm going to retrieve my vibra sword as an incidental. But because of rule of cool, I'm hoping that I can whoosh my vibra blade to my hand. Because of rule of cool, it makes no difference. Maybe he uses force move to bring the vibra sword to his hand.
Oh, I don't see a problem with it if you roll.
Thank you.
I'm monitoring your position in the force.
2 yellow, 2 green. 2 blue for accurate, 1 blue for aim. No black because there wasn't actually.
He's got a melee defense.
All right. So how much? Just 1?
Just 1, yeah, and against 2 red for him.
Okay.
1 blue for Oren.
Can I have a blue for Oren?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Orange cheerleader behind you.
Can you only make 1 incidental? Go. Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Oof, that's a lot of hits.
Yeah. Awesome.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
I'm going to give him a real fight.
Hit me up with the damage.
So it's 6 damage, just for hitting. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage.
Have you got
Um,
pierce?
I've got Pierce. Got Pierce. 2.
Okay.
And then I guess I use a triumph to do a crit. Particularly because I've got vicious as well.
Mm-hmm.
You
I've
add
got
10.
vicious 1. So this is good. It's going well. If you're a crit plus 10, that's right. Boom. Yes. I think if you get like
Oh.
99, is it like instant death or something?
150
Yeah, 150.
is
Okay.
instant death.
Okay,
Still.
Pritchard. I would like you to roll me a force die because I'd like to see your mood. So, is it crippled? Oh, actually, because don't worry, it's all right because there is actually a thing for maimed, isn't it? You actually lose a limb. Right. Okay. No, carry on. Okay. So you take a huge swing. He tries to put his daggers in the way and completely cocks up, and doesn't move quick enough, and you catch him on the left arm, and it's all just butt hanging off. You can see it heavily bleeding. He drops his dagger, and he just sort of takes a step back, but use kind of what they do in the movie. They kind of guard it. So they're now using their right arm towards you, but you can see he's very badly injured. He's got a very angry look on his face with yellow eyes. Is that all you got?
I've got more for you.
Okay.
And
Stormtroopers.
then a blue for the next player for that 1 remaining advantage.
Sure. Nice. Stormtroopers. They're going to take a shot. The only person they can see. Poor old Andrew. Kira, sorry. Sorry, Kira.
Picturing Andrew there with his like little hoodie on, standing in the middle of the forest. Like, what the fuck's going on?
On his bike.
That's it. Pew, pew, pew. They shoot and connect. They do 10 damage to you. Minus your soak.
Motherfucker.
However, they have got overconfident and they have exposed themselves, allowing you to have a blue die in retaliation against that squad. Yeah, they've exposed themselves. They were in kilts, this one.
What range are they in at
They're
this point?
medium. They're medium.
God
And it's,
damn it.
click clacks go. They're at long for click clack.
Cool. Right. So, Click Clack crests the hill with his maneuver, comes alongside Kira. He's gonna pull out his E9 if they're at medium range, and he's gonna hose down some motherfuckers. So, one of them, no aim, accurate, from character. Richard, you said blue to the next year?
Correct.
Cool. 3, because it's 2 for medium and 1 for auto fire. Fingers crossed. Oh, so much dead. 12 damage 3 times.
Okay.
36 damage.
Kira, you've just been slapped in the chest by some blaster bolts, and in your blurry eyes where you're half crying, you just see a hail of bolts go over your head, and these stormtroopers just fall down to the ground, smoking corpses.
You might want to get a stim pack on that. Didn't look like it has.
Is there anybody left?
No, that group's been taken out as well. So all the stormtroopers have been melted by the heavies. However, you can see at roughly medium range to you that Remux has engaged it with some black-clad figure, and it is your turn, Kira.
Is that the only thing left on the battlefield?
That you can currently see.
Does Kira care about honor? in single combat, or is she like, my buddy's in shit, I need to fucking pot this motherfucker?
I think she's actually just so bloody that she just doesn't give a shit. So I think she's literally just gonna stim pack and head towards the ship.
That is a wise choice.
Yeah, 5 hit points.
Okay.
As you get closer to the ship, you see the figure in front of it is indeed Triasek. He appears to have some form of backpack on, and there are 4 semi-long articulated arms emerging from it, and he's currently got a stormtrooper up by the neck with one of the arms, and it just flexes slightly, breaks his neck, lets go of the stormtrooper, he falls to the floor. You can see 2 of these arms seem to have Doc type grabbies, and then there's and the other 2 have some form of weaponry on the end of them. But he's there, standing at the boarding ramp of the Pilfered Parrot, defending it.
Has he sacrificed his 2 arms for those 4?
No, he's
So he's got
still
6
some
arms.
Yep.
Okay, that's what I wanted to
I
know.
imagine him being really smug with it though, and just standing with his arms crossed while he's doing stuff with the other ones. Okay.
He's really happy to have his arms back.
Yeah. So, end of the round. Another load of bombardment comes in. Can everybody take 3 strain, please?
Oh, fuck.
I need to get on the ship. I can't take much more strain.
Okay. You guys hear a noise before the next round of combat goes on. You hear a noise. You've seen in movies where starships start up and you see like from the ground there a load of dust comes out. You hear a loud noise and you all sort of turn slightly, and out of the forest comes this big of dust and dirt and debris. And then slightly above it, you see the duck's egg slowly rising out of the canopy. On top of the duck's egg, you see a figure, very defined to be a blue, chist-looking man, but he looks much, much larger than you've seen before. Tressek, he would have looked larger when you see him as well. Much larger than he should be. Really bulky. He's got a nice cape flapping in the wind from the thing. And in his hand, he is holding a lightsaber ignited with a red blade. And you can't hear him shouting because it's too loud, but he's basically shouting, "I am the new power of this universe, and I will defeat my enemies." But you can't hear anything because it's too loud. The lightsaber gets deactivated and he disappears into the ship. And you watch it slowly go over you guys and up towards the other ships up in the atmosphere.
Two TIE fighters shoot the target out of the sky.
And then it crashes everybody, they all die. Right, end of game. There you go. Right, Remix. Unfortunately, this guy is going to come at you again. He's going to shake himself off again, shell-shocked like everybody is. And he's going to dive forward. And he's not going to be very happy at his arm. So he can't use his second dagger anymore. I'm going to impose a couple of extra blacks. So you've got your sword, you've got your ranged, your melee defense, and I'm going to give him an extra black die for his arm. And I'm going to roll the dice. Did I hit? I did. Nice. Okay, in he comes with 7 damage, pierce 2.
Okay. 7 damage, pierce 2. Yeah. So I can take 3 off the 7, so it's 4 damage.
Yep.
However, I am also going to parry.
Okay.
So I'm going to use the parry skill, which means I can reduce the damage by 2. So it's going to be 2 damage, but I will suffer some strain.
No
It's
problem.
2 damage, 3 strain.
And I'm going to impose a black die on you. Thematically, that works. You know, you've maybe took a step back and parried, and maybe you left yourself open for later, and pose a black die against you for next time. Well, it is literally you four next in the list, so you can take it however you wish now. I was only doing it before because the stormtroopers that were there, but you can take it however you want to now.
You can take it however you wish now.
Yep.
Giggling at that.
With a pillow in your mouth.
Yeah.
So Thaddeus is watching the fight.
Thaddeus will turn and will run towards the pulpit parrot. All movement.
Okay.
And take strain. No, he won't, because he's almost fucked. Just gonna run.
Okay. Click clack.
We'll also book it
Okay.
back to the Pilfer Parrot.
And Kira's already making her way to the parrot, is that right?
Right to the cockpit.
Rex, you're kind of seeing all your friends abandon you. Well, not abandon you, they're all making break for the ship.
Yeah, he's in the zone. He's just locked in to this fight. He's not even really aware of what's going on around him. I'm going to use my incidental to use second wind, which means I can heal 1 strain. Not that great, but it's something. It all counts. And then so I've got 9 wounds, 9 strain, and I'm going to attack again. So it's going to be 2 yellow, 2 green, 2 blue for accurate, 1 blue for aim, 1 black against 2 red.
Yep.
And am I getting an extra blue for support? Probably not now, everybody's run away.
Dash for the ship, yeah.
Fair enough. Here we go. Is that the same again?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Is that enough? Is that enough advantage to double crit?
2 foots, yeah.
Let's see. So that was damage 6, so 8 damage. And I can crit on 2 advantage. So it's 8 damage, double crit.
You have pierced, didn't you? 2 pierced. 2.
Yeah, I got pierced 2.
2, 8 damage. Okay. And you want to do a double crit.
Yeah, so I'm adding 20 to the
first.
crit.
First one,
30 for
and
the
then
second.
30 to the second.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they stack. Every crit adds 10 to the next.
Oh, shit. So 10 to that. So 82. Sorry, I should have.
Did this include your 10
no.
that you get from Vicious as well?
Yeah, so this first one, 82.
92.
So it's
92.
92.
Because it's 20 on the first one, because you got 10 for the previous crit plus your vicious.
okay. So 92.
So at the brink, the target suffers 1 strain each time it performs an action. And now you're going to add 30 to this next one.
Mm-hmm.
Temporarily lame until this critical injury is healed. The target cannot perform more than 1 maneuver during his turn.
Fucking
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So say that you nick his leg or catch his leg.
Yeah, I like
that attack, and
yeah.
you know he's now
A tendon.
Yeah. Okay. Is it just us two duking it out now? Are you guys going to do anything on the ship?
I'm going to get Kira to fly over low. So we get the ship ready, take off, and fly low over Remux, so that, because we've seen him jump now, we know that he's got a serious jump on him. All we have to do is get like close enough that he can then jump onto the ship as we go by.
Okay.
That's what Thaddeus is going to propose to Kira.
Kira's up for any cool maneuvers like that, and Oren's going to jump on a gunnery point.
Nice. I'm thinking either bit in the Phantom Menace when the ship flies low, and then I think Qui-Gon Jinn jumps up onto the runway.
So as we're at the end of the round, we've got the bombardment coming in. So I need a piloting check, please, on hard for you to try and avoid the bombardment coming in.
Piloting planetary.
You get a lot of blues because everyone's on the ship now and helping you. That's how that works. Hey, Dan.
And 10 or so.
Kind of.
No, do I have any blues? None.
I'll give you one for someone helping in the cockpit for shouting out, "Watch out!"
Okay. And sorry, what difficulty did you say?
Hard, please. 3.
And no blacks.
No blacks. Perfect. So
Yeah.
someone shouts, "Bombardment incoming!" and you've taken off. You're just in that process of taking off, and you kind of just spin and rock the ship just enough that it misses the bombardment, hits the ground. Richard, this gives you a little bit of cover from what's going on, and only takes 2 strain this time from being shell shocked. Everyone else on the ship is okay. They've kind of just been thrown around a little bit as Kira's just gone, whoa, a funky maneuver. Okay, Mr. Guy, who's limping and got his arm back, is just snarling at you, Remix. "You can't be me. There can only be one." And he goes in for another stabby.
You're mixing genres here, Dan. Like the surgeon was like the power of Grayskull, basically, and then now this guy's there can only be one. There's some Highlander coming in.
I was born in the 80s. I've included Lord of the Rings. I've included all of the movies that I like.
Yeah.
Don't judge me.
No, that's what you should do, man. It's awesome. I love it.
I'm going to give him another black die because of his leg now. So he's actually rolling 4 black dice.
Don't forget to take a strain for doing an action.
Yeah, I've got that here. So he fails, takes a swipe at you with his dagger, but he just hasn't got the spring in his step because of his leg and his arms trailing around, and snarls at you again and takes a step back and just stands there ready to continue battling.
Finish him.
It's your turn, Richard.
How long do we have to get to Remix? Because Thaddeus will be like standing there on the comms and he'll be like, "Remix will be there in 5."
We were like just there when we took off.
You were quite close, but the longer the rounds finish out, the bombardment's going to come back in. So
yeah,
and obviously the rounds are pretty sharpish now because there's only 2 combatants going on. It's Richard's turn.
Yellow, 2 green, 3 blue, 1 black because he's got melee defense 1 against 2 red. Here we go.
Congratulations. How do you chop this person down?
Well, roll your 2 crits because it'll be fun.
Yeah, let's.
So you've got plus 40 now on the first one.
Special rolls. Plus 40. Yeah, this may tell us, I guess. Take out another limb, so that's 3 limbs that are fucked.
So it takes out his arm, his second arm.
Plus 50 on the next one.
Horrific injury.
And I
kill him.
So in the end, you just play with him.
Yeah.
So tell me how you finish him.
You Black Knight him.
Maybe that's it. Yeah. So take. Oh, then yeah. Okay. I bisect him. Just cut him in half.
He tries to give you a quip as you go to finish him off, and he just doesn't quite get it. But you see the hatred in his eyes, and you feel that malice again. As you finish him off, can you roll a force die, please? And see whether it has an impact on you.
If he gets all these nuttiness all over you.
Yeah, so you're absolutely fine. Right, end of the round. Guess what happens at the end of the round? Bombardment still coming in. Okay, Kira, hard piloting check again.
Before, can we start to lower the ramp and stuff for him to jump on?
Yeah, Thaddeus is standing at the ramp with the radio. He said, "Yeah."
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Oh, okay. Who's got the ship stats?
Me.
They're there on the thing, aren't they?
Oh yeah, I put them in the chat previously.
Yeah.
So
no, they're on the character sheet.
On the dice tracker, 23 and 15.
Yeah, transparent.
Can you
Even got our money in there. Don't let that explode.
2 system strain, please, on the ship. And Remix, can you take 2 Actually, I'm going to make you take 1 this time. The ship managed to take the brunt of the closest.
Like, fuck, you said that, because otherwise that would have been me. I'm shooting.
Okay. Nick.
Just it won't be actually thinking about it because we're still under attack. But at the end of the encounter, we can all roll checks for healing some strain.
Yeah.
By the way, Richard, if you're feeling a bit ropey.
Cool.
Richard, you're the last man on the ground. Thaddeus is hanging out of the door or the ramp.
Reaching out with his robotic arm.
He force leaps up and does take Thaddeus's arm.
No problem. And Thaddeus pulls you onto the ship, and the ramp closes. And someone shouts to Kira,
Punch it!
Okay. Otherwise. So from the cockpit, Kira, what you see is in front of you, obviously it was accelerating. You see the duck egg breaking the atmosphere. Now we all know what this ship looks like, and we all expect it to be.
Is it a duck egg?
It doesn't. Well, it doesn't look like a duck egg, but it doesn't behave.
Speckled
like
egg.
It's a rotten egg. There we go. You see it go into the lower atmosphere, out into the space where this battle's going on. You can see it right above you. The two ships are shooting the large ships are shooting at each other and obviously bombarding the ground. The fighter pilots, you can just see little things moving, explosions going on in the space between. And as you guys accelerate and come up behind the duck egg, it kind of just maneuvers into the middle of the battle, being shot at, and you can see shields are absorbing shots that are going in. And as you get closer, you see pods and panels open all over the ship. And then blasters and rockets and everything else just start attacking both sides. It's absolutely carnage. There's explosions, all the fighters are getting destroyed. This is definitely not what you guys expected from the duck egg. It's been in the jungle for all those years. Isar had a little of an inclination that something was slightly different. But the space battle's going on. You guys come into the low atmosphere. What's your plan? Are you fighting?
Leave.
You're leaving? Yeah.
Two out of three. 3 out of 3 characters do not want to be here.
Did Treyasik get on the ship with us? Okay, so that was something that I didn't cover in my head. So he was actually defending the ship for us. Okay.
So can I have a astrogation check from somebody? Or tell me what
Lynn is in the cockpit next to Kira and just being a good leader, giving all of the blues. I can roll for it if you'd like.
I'm happy for you to just tell me sort of where you're heading. If you're just jumping out of the system, you jump into somewhere you know.
I can't even think of somewhere we do know. Where do we?
Coruscant.
Oh no.
And we ask, because didn't we have a hanger on?
Oh, the
Beige.
yeah.
Let's ask Dr. Beige if she has a good spot.
He's not really with you at the minute. He's with you on the ship, but he's kind of just cowering in the corner, shaking. He's all stressed out and strained out. He was with you the whole time. He just didn't actually act anything. Just ran to the ship with everybody else.
That's Isar, not Click Clack, because I didn't enter. But there's an astrogation check without any purple because I don't know how hard you need it to be.
Okay, so Isar just taps in the system, picks some coordinates that aren't in the middle of a sun, a black hole, or actually inside of a planet, and says, "We've got to get out of here."
I accept those coordinates and punch it.
So as you're manoeuvring and angling to get the jump, the alarm goes on in the cockpit. Boo, 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 boo,
I thought that was broken. Damn
No,
it.
it's not broken, that one.
Bang, bang, bang.
Although that's the lock door on the toilet light. Anyway, thematically speaking, you're lining up to go. You see the ship sort of build up, and you hear the engine spool as it normally does. Out of the duck egg, a rocket
Counter rocket.
Pardon?
You can thingy missiles. You can. That's a combat thing you can do.
It's for the story.
Okay.
You fire a rocket back, but it misses, and it collides with you just as you go into hyperspace, and you hear all kinds of alarms going off, but it doesn't drop you out of hyperspace, and you go. Phew. And that's the last we see of our crew
Forever and ever.
until we pick it up in Act
Okay.
2.
End of Act 1.